Session 24, Adventures in Aanthara. Welcome back! Hello! For us it's been 2 weeks. I don't know whether it's been 2 weeks for anybody who is currently watching this, but hi everybody, how are you all? It's not like I haven't talked to you 2 weeks. But
Are you asking us, or are you asking the audience?
Yes. No, I was asking you. They
well,
can't
the audience
respond!
can't respond, so
That
I would
comment
presume
section
us.
looking really live right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Store the Explorer.
Where is the mountains?
Quick summary of all that has happened in the first 23 sessions. And reminder, by the way, that if you want a not quick summary, there is a Talking Aanthara episode from what would have been like 2 or 3 sessions ago that can be found on our YouTube channel. We're probably going to have to do another one here soon since it's like post big events. So speaking of the big events, the party, after much searching, many questions, several battles, finally made their way through the wetlands to what they believed to be the source of the blight and the blightling-driven attacks that had been occurring in northwest Kathos. And when they arrived at this place, they found a strange habitation that was, let's say, not very pretty or nice. Very anti-life, anti-nature, and dangerous. And they made their way into a cave where they found what seemed to be the homestead of a creature. Found several things in there that were, let's say, a bit off-putting, before eventually encountering a creature who initially appeared in a couple different forms before revealing herself to be a horrific blight hag, who they then battled along with several of her death wolves and defeated in glorious and very wildsy fashion. Along with, by the way, the help of Arianu, a 6th member of the party for a few sessions, who helped them destroy this evil being. And then we pretty much pick up at the end of that, though there were some... We're kind of going to whiffle waffle here a bit in time, maybe for a couple of minutes. So we said some goodbyes with Ari last session because Nico, who plays Arianu, wasn't going to be here for this session and beyond, or at least for a while. And so we wanted to give him a chance to say goodbye. So Ari said their goodbyes. They passed a key on to Yasnip, apparently. No idea what it's for. And I believe that this was... We structured it that you guys had gone back with Ari, stayed at their place for that night, and then they said their goodbyes in the morning and you guys split ways. Briefly, I want to quickly give Sean/Adwin a chance to respond if you want to Ari's statement to you, because everybody else had that chance, but it was super late on the East Coast when we wrapped up that session.
Yeah, I found
so Sean was asleep or in bed or going to it.
I mean, I was asleep in session, to be fair. At that point.
Then we will briefly circle back just to make sure that anything you guys wanted to do at the lair of the Blight Hag has been handled. So briefly, I have the exact transcript, so I'll read it to you.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yes, I will.
I tagged you with it.
Thanks.
So initially he was talking to both you and Eclipse, and he said, "Although we disagree on my ambitions, goals, you at least allowed me to speak my piece, my mind, which is more than I can say for those I thought were family, and you are strangers, hopefully now friends." And then he turned to you specifically, Adwin. "And if one day you do find my mark in your hands, I know you'll make the right choice that is true to yourself. And I know I will too." And he gave you a respectful and confrontational nod. You want to respond? You can.
I think he would probably just respond the same way. I don't think any words...
Okay.
There's nothing that requires closure there. I think it's all been said.
Perfect. All right. Then, quickly now circling back, wibbly wobbly. Time is a weird suit. is there anything that you guys wanted to make sure you had acquired, checked out, investigated, anything else at the lair or the area surrounding it before leaving Ari's and heading back to wherever you're headed?
Yeah.
Okay. Hit me.
The people bottle.
Okay. Okay, so we'll go back there briefly. And so this is post killing of the hag who dissolved into a pile of horrific rot, and she really already was that, in fairness. Yeah. You guys also opened her bag of holding, spilled all that on the ground. That was not great either. And then we'll say we'll pick up right there as you guys are standing outside the lair. Technically, Ari's still here, but what would you like to do?
Can someone else look at this bottle of people that I found? I'm a bit concerned after having found a bag full of parts of people. I can't make heads or tails of it.
What do you mean, part people bottle?
Yeah, I'll just start walking.
Do you follow her, Brightwing?
Yeah.
All right, there is a shelf. There are many shelves in here with many odd things. But this one in particular she takes you up to has a collection of clear glass bottles on their side, kind of like the ships in the bottle situations.
Okay.
And there are actually one or two with a ship in them. But you also see tiny models of houses, wagons, buildings, streets, odd, very realistic and minutely detailed depictions of these things. And on very close inspection, which you would certainly be able to see, and somebody, I believe it might have been Faye, rolled really high to see this last time, you see what look to be very small figures, proportional to the sizes of the buildings and ships and all other things, that are moving about and seem to be going about a day's activity in whatever setting they're in. So the ones on the ship are like moving sails, people are driving wagons with horses.
This people bottle, this is very curious. Can I look? Are they like actual little people, or are they like more illusionary magic? That they're just there as a...
From what you can see, it's pretty much impossible to tell. There's nothing that about them that seems anything but a very tiny actual people. Like, you don't see wisps of ethereal something that would suggest that it's an illusion necessarily. But obviously it is a very, very weird sight. So you imagine there's some magic going on here, not necessarily sure what.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No. No, but look, and I'll tap on the glass again.
Brightwing, you see...
Just a boop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You see, for just a half second, several of the figures inside, you just see them like kind of slightly react and then go about their day.
Are they like constantly in the bottle, or are they like trapped in the bottle, or do they walk a bit of ways from where like the bottle is made and they disappear and new people come?
You will see figures like disappear behind buildings and things, and then you don't see them, and you see it. If you watch it for a while, like how long do you want to watch it?
Probably about 2 to 5 minutes.
You don't catch a loop or anything like that.
Okay.
If that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
No.
Is it corked?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it like, so if I were to watch little Tom here walk around, but he's just walking through the street or where it is, will he go off the screen? Like he's out of frame from a camera, or is he like trapped and where the bottle is the range.
Yeah, so it does seem like it seems self-contained. You don't see like cases where something will go and bump into an edge or just like disappear. It seems that whether they don't have a reason to go outside the bounds of what you're seeing or whether they're actually bound, you're not sure, but you don't see anything like that.
This might seem like a very odd question. Can you tell if they're wearing shoes?
Are they wearing shoes?
I will carry over Faye's investigation check, which I remember being very, very high, and say yes. They seem to be wearing shoes.
Yep.
The ones that would make sense to be wearing shoes.
I'll cock my head over and say, don't know whose those are then.
Poor unfortunate souls. I'm gonna open the bottle.
There is a box of shoes, right?
Not a box. There is several on a different couple shelves, several pairs of them kind of lined up that are all different sizes, shapes, colors, look like styles made for different races. They're clearly not the shoe collection of one person, basically. You said you want to open the bottle?
Okay. Yes. However, I'm gonna pick it up, like real care. I'm not gonna pick it up. I want to like point it away from me, and then like hold it very steady, and then like pop the cork out. So I don't want to. My intention is, or I'll stand behind it, but I don't want it to move at all. I'm trying to like steady it as much as possible, and then like pop.
So you want to pull it out carefully.
Yeah, and I also don't want to be on the end that opens.
I'll help with holding or pulling, whichever one that she wants help with.
I will say roll a sleight of hand check.
Guidance.
Or I could do that. Pretty good at that.
Guidance.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have it with advantage?
Well, you're doing what?
I'm holding.
Jasmine?
She's pulling, I believe.
It's a 29.
Holy mackerel!
I got a
How?
Natural
Oh,
19
you got
plus 6, and then a 4 on the
Yep.
guidance.
Okay. Yasnip holding, Faye, like twist, slight pull, twist, slight pull, boop. And there's a rushing sound.
Oh no!
And you watch everything inside turn black and crumble to ash. And there's just a pile of black ash left.
Did we kill the little people? Or did we just release the souls that were trapped in the bottle?
That's not terrifying.
I'm a murderer.
I don't know what to say. But let's not open anymore. Should we bring them to see if we can get them out without ash people coming out?
I don't know what's worse.
I don't know.
Is the ash in the bottle still?
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna take the cork from Faye and put it back on the bottle.
Okay.
It's just ash.
I don't know. I don't.
I don't know if they were real people or if they were just...
I kind of thought that it was like a vision into another place.
Yes,
Like
that was my
like
theory as
her like the eyeballs that we found everywhere in the trees.
Is there any of the bottles that look familiar, like location-wise? I mean,
No, somebody asked that last time. You don't recognize towns you've been in.
That's
Okay.
exactly what it was. It was an observation. Opening the cork cut the connection. The ash was a conduit or something.
Okay, then you open the next bottle if that is what you think.
Sure.
Well, there's no pub.
No, sure, no, I don't want to kill any more tiny people, please.
Nobody died.
Look at Faye.
No, because here's the thing. If it did indeed wipe out an entire town, it would be an isolated incident and could not be traced anywhere. But if it happened to several places, there would be a pattern, there would be investigations, it would raise national uproar.
Of a town turning to ash,
Yeah.
probably.
Which means if it actually happened, we'd hear of it. For now, nobody died.
Okay.
Do we just leave them?
I think we should put it in your bag.
Shit, alright. How many more are there?
I'll say 5.
Yep.
Oh, there's 5 more. This is not all one bottle.
No.
Oh, shit.
They're each different
There's
scenes.
5.
Did you think it was one bottle
I
with
thought
5
it was.
corks?
I thought it was one. No, I thought it was one bottle with like sections
Mm-mm.
in the bottle.
There are several different bottles.
Okay.
6 initially.
I'm gonna
now
do.
5.
We're kind of at this point. I am going to very gingerly pick one up and slightly turn it. Does the entities inside react to it?
On what axis?
Holy shit! This is terrible.
Ow, don't shake it. Don't shake it.
Okay, I have an empty bottle. I don't have a problem. I promise.
Shake it like a salt, shake it like a salt, shake it.
So this is the bottle, I assume, right?
Yes. Yep.
I'm going
pretty
to pick it
accurate.
up and just slightly turn it this way. Not like this. I'm just slightly
Mhm.
rolling it.
It's like Darla in Fighting Nemo.
Slightly roll it.
Firmly
You see roll. I will say roll a perception check, and if everyone else is standing right there watching, you can join it if you want.
Oh,
Sweet.
yeah.
You guys might want to do that because that's a
Are we
6.
still in nature, Matt? Does this count as nature or no?
No, not yet. This is
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
This is
It's
you,
nature
you, you
adjacent.
started the process, but
Math. 23.
Just a little bit.
okay.
Just
I want to see if they lose their balance. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. And what did you get, Yasna?
6.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's kind of hard for you to make out, but I would say Brightwing you can see, and Faye, you rolled high as well.
I rolled a 14.
You would
Which is
also
high
be
for
able to tell. It seems like you're watching a slight earthquake. Like the one, I'll say you happen to pick up the one that has, it looks like a dock, and there's a
Kill the
ship,
people.
and you see the water like slosh a little bit, and people like suddenly move aside and grab onto things.
Oh.
It doesn't look like you just turned a world that many degrees, like people are sliding or something. It doesn't look like that, but it looks like something is being shaken up.
We 100% just killed those people.
I'm gonna.
I'm a serial
I'm
killer.
setting it back down. Can either of you figure out what kind of magic this is?
Mm-mm.
I've never encountered magic like this before.
Eclipse.
I'm outside. What?
You know things about magic, right?
Have you seen me?
But you're smart.
Yeah, you're smart and you grew up with magic.
You're very, very smart, Eclipse.
I guess I walk in because I've been outside this whole time, completely unaware of what's occurred.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna walk in and observe what is going on.
I just killed like 30 people.
I'm sorry, you what?
We don't know that for sure yet.
But what if I did?
What?
But
Is
what
the
if you
bottle
didn't?
still visible, or have you guys put it away at this point?
It's just
Yeah.
filled with ash.
Still there.
There's several bottles on a shelf. One of them has a pile of black ash.
So here's what we know.
Okay.
We know taking the cork out makes it do
Does-
that. And if I
Okay.
pick it up and move it, They react violently.
But
Like an earthquake happened.
Do you think the
Tiny people are
druids would be able to
trapped in
help with
these-
this? Could we?
We can't
we-
move it.
okay.
We move it, more
Um,
earthquakes would happen, yes?
I'm going to experiment something.
Oh
This
gosh.
is going
okay.
so well. This is going so well.
I could put them in my portable knife.
We have to move
That's
it.
an option too. But here's what I was gonna. I just want a cup of like water, like just a cup of water. No, not what you think. Just I would like a glass of water. Does anyone have like? I'm sure I have a
have a
cup.
water
You have a
skill.
canteen,
Okay.
and probably someone has a cup.
Who has a
Maybe.
cup?
I have a
I mean, I
bottle.
have-
I don't actually know if that's true.
I do have
Probably
a
I
have
have
bowls.
teacups. I have teacups.
Oh,
Yes,
you just
give
meant
me
people.
a
Oh yeah,
teacup.
there you go. There you go.
Okay.
I am going to
Okay.
fill the teacup with water, and I'm going to hold it upright and place it into the bag of holding.
Okay.
Oh.
Interesting, and then
Okay.
let go.
Yes.
Okay.
Ha!
Then,
Oh, this is so
and
cool.
then I
How
am
does
going
that
to
work,
take the
Matt?
bag. I'm going to
That's so
take the
cool.
bag
That's so
and,
cool.
and like,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm gonna reach in and be like, I want this teacup, and I want to see the condition of the teacup.
Holy
Breaks
big
wings.
brain.
You pull it out, and it is full of water.
Ow. We're smart. Megan's so smart. Just
Okay.
put him in the bag.
Well, player counterpoint. Whatever the fuck that is, mixed with whatever the fuck the bag is, might cause a
Oh.
problem.
we
this
don't
is
know
this
that.
is this is Jess
Oh
being like,
no!
I don't know how these work.
Mhm.
So like,
So
Oh no!
I will say to that end, I believe Faye that you rolled on the bag of when you found the bag of holding. Did I have you roll something, or did you just say that as a player about
I asked
spaces
you if.
and spaces?
Oh.
You asked about that because you had the bag and it was the knife.
it was the knife in the
Mhm.
bag.
The
We were
knife
trying
in
to
the
the
see.
bag. The
Yeah.
knife could go in the bag, but the bag could not go in the hole created by
Right.
the knife.
Okay. Yeah. So when that happened,
We
I
have had
answered
that.
you. I answered you from Brightwing's understanding because she had attuned to the knife and was able to understand that.
Right.
I will say I will have. I would actually say that everybody else can roll an intelligence check or an arcana check. This would be an arcana check, if you would like.
Natural 20, Matt.
I roll.
Mm.
Do I
Wow.
roll?
No,
or no?
you understand.
Okay.
You
5.
understand your knife and its relation to extra-dimensional spaces in a weird way that you can't even comprehend fully.
Okay.
I don't know if it's up to you whether Brightwing would like translate that into another version of extra-dimensional space within extra-dimensional space. But if you wouldn't do that from your understanding of the knife, you wouldn't have this arcana understanding outside
Nah.
of that. So I wouldn't have you roll. So natural 20 from Yasnip, 5 from Faye,
19 total.
19 total. Okay. Ada, did you roll?
I'm not here. I'm
He's not
still
there.
Yeah,
outside.
he's out. He's
Okay.
outside.
You're
I'm
Okay.
not
like
there.
literally half conscious.
Okay. Yasnip and Eclipse.
Okay.
Yasnip, because people often travel with bags like the one that you guys have discovered, and you would understand bits and pieces of how those kinds of things work, and they're often used for storing things on long travel and stuff like that. Eclipse, you've been around some high academic and magical people where this kind of stuff is commonplace, even if you've never come across it. You would have both understand to a similar degree that, and you don't fully maybe know the science and or arcana behind it, but extra-dimensional spaces going within extra-dimensional spaces usually causes severe problems. You have no idea whether these bottles you're looking at are extra-dimensional spaces, but to Jess's point, Eclipse would understand that if it was, it would be a problem.
Be bad.
I think because we've cleared out whatever the hell that was. If we do need someone to come check on this, leaving these here is probably the better option. Whether you want to cover them up, whether you want to hide them from sight. But I don't think moving them is really going to be a good idea, just based on what you've said alone by them shaking a little bit,
Mhm.
and whatever the hell happened with that one. and I don't know.
I will
got
also
pretty
say that Ari mentioned that they would consider
Oh, they'd
coming
come
back
back.
here. Yes,
Yeah.
at some point. So you know
So-
that that's a possibility.
We could. I've got pretty steady hands. We could put them in the drawer where we found the parchments.
Okay.
The hidden one.
Okay.
That's
Come
not
up
too
with
far.
that.
It was
Yeah.
a piece of wall, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we
They do.
have all the documents of the kids and everything, right? Like we took
You
all
do.
of that. Okay.
Yep.
As
I
long
don't
as
know
we
if you
have
put it in the bag
that.
of holding or any other place yet, but you have.
Okay.
We discussed it earlier. Brightwing has the one of the shifter girl. Yasnip
Yeah.
has a specific one, and I think I probably ended up with the rest in the bag of holding, along
Okay.
with some of the more important looking scrolls and books
Yeah.
from her
Mhm.
collection.
Yeah. Just pretty much anything we can take.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just if there's any like spell components of like gold value, because she seems thinged. If we could find anything like that,
Yeah.
there might not be, but
There, I would say roll an investigation check.
ugh.
If you want to look for that
Guidance.
specifically. I will also briefly mention. Let me see if there's anything else that you guys. There's a box of dead plucked ravens. I don't imagine you want to do anything with that.
No.
There is the skull, the what you believe to be Goliath, but some large humanoid skull. I believe Yasnip, you did take the bow.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I would take the skull also and put it where we had the body parts. I think we
As
put
like a
those in the
burial.
burlap sack.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gonna try to
Okay.
bury it.
Yep. Okay. You saw a bunch of tanning racks. I don't think you want anything to do with that. There's the shelf of shoes. I don't know if anyone wants to grab shoes.
I don't
Um,
use shoes.
Actually,
True.
are there any high value looking shoes on that rack?
They're all small, right?
They're varying sizes.
No. Yeah, they're varying sizes. There aren't any that look super nice. There's probably like some decent huntsman boots or something like that. But there aren't like nice 4-inch Prada heels or something. I don't know if Prada makes heels. I'm just naming a design brand off the top of my head.
I'll grab the boots.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is also a wooden vial holder that's full of vials that each look to have a strand of hair and nothing else.
Oh.
All right.
There was that jar of eyeballs.
A jar of
Oh.
eyeballs that like all looked.
Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
What if we
And
have
there
that?
was a cantaloupe-sized deep black globe that had some like translucent cloud-like strips of this gray something that seemed to move with inside it. Not moving, but kind of like cat's eye sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sitting on a pedestal. That's kind of all the things that you had seen that stood out. And the books you already grabbed some of.
Should I grab that?
Brightwing, you've been able to identify magical things in the past. Are you able to tell if any of these are magical?
Not today.
Yeah, we've
Unfortunately, I am very
Pretty
tapped
tough.
for spells, but I did not prepare that one. I am afraid.
out,
I rolled a
out of
19 on
character.
investigation too, Matt.
Okay.
Can you ritual cast it out of character?
Uh,
I think
Ooh.
detect magic is a ritual. I don't know if that.
yeah, but I think you have to
Counts.
prepare it.
You still have to have it prepared to cast
Okay.
it originally.
Here's what I'll say, Leah.
Yeah.
Make a note somewhere that you rolled a 19 in searching this layer.
Okay.
And if and when down the line you have some spells that you're looking to cast and they have material components that have a cost, let me know and I will let you know if you might have found them here.
okay.
Rather than like me listing off some random things that may have no use to you at all.
Hmm.
We'll do it that way.
This is DM benevolence at its finest.
It is
Yes.
very nice. Thank you.
I'm not saying you'll get any or all of them, but
The
because
opportunity.
it depends on what it is.
Potential. The potential is very nice.
Yes, the potential is there. Faye, did you say you were grabbing that globe?
I asked
sphere.
with my hands
thing.
hovering over it if I should grab it.
I'm reluctant to touch anything.
Yeah, I think leaving this to Arianu might be better.
Hmm.
They can also tell us if they find anything of relevance, most likely.
Yeah, I could always check back in.
Yeah.
Send him a message.
Yeah,
At some point.
let's do that.
Might be a thing as well. Maybe the Seed Keepers or the Underbranch could come here. I don't know.
Speaking
I don't know how
of
to give them directions.
sending messages, I had an idea, Faye. And she takes out the paper of the shifter girl. I think we have enough information to try and send to the kids. The ones we don't know if they are safe or not.
Yeah, that's brilliant. We could both do that, so I bet you we could hit all of them within a couple of days.
I can do 2 at a time if we need.
Yeah, me too. Not today.
No.
I could do 1 today.
If she is captured in there wearing the circlets, it will not go through. But I might be able to see if someone from home might know her name at least. And if she is truly missing or if she is safe back in the forest.
Yeah, maybe let's work on a script, because it's a little jarring to receive a message from a stranger. So maybe let's talk over the next day or so and put together a bit of a script for that.
Okay.
It's with the, given the limitations of words. So. Okay, I will very carefully pick up the bottles and scooch them and put them down into the thing.
Down into what thing?
Into the hole in the wall that we found the scrolls in.
Okay.
Just so that we can close it back up and they'll be hidden.
Got it. And then put that sort of piece of stone back over it. Okay.
Yeah, when that happens, does it look like they look up at the sky or anything? Like, is there a shift in
dark?
God.
Yeah.
They
and the society plunged into 100 years of darkness.
You're saying when you close it, because you're not gonna be able to see in it when you
It'll
close
be an
it.
eternal
from
night
an
forever.
open space into the corner where it's a little more closed in.
No, you
Doesn't
don't
look
see
like
any
they-
reaction.
All right, well that puts my mind at ease.
Cool. Stash. I don't ever want to see this place again.
I do think it'd be good for everyone to see that altar, though.
Oh, yeah.
What
The
altar?
what?
Edwin.
I'll wait outside.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you might want to take a look at something that we had found. See if it jars
Right.
anything, or at least be aware of it.
Did I see anything out of the ordinary while I was outside? Just kind of taking a look around.
No.
Okay.
You have been able to watch. Actually, Brightwing would not have done her spell yet, I don't think. Right? You did that as you left?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a
So,
thing
yeah.
at the very end, yeah.
Yeah. So no, you have not seen anything untoward.
Okay. Then I will enter the cave.
I'll show them to the altar.
Straight spots.
Okay. Yasnib leads you back to the scene that I had described previously of what looks to be some kind of ritual circle altar situation with various formerly burning bits of plants, herbs, and flesh scattered throughout, and a brazier, and then a stone wall that curves with a massive, seems to be carving of a jaw or maw of teeth with around a singular eye, and then below that on the wall that's vertical what look to be ashen, burnt on depictions of your party.
Whoa.
The ash doesn't come off. But I figured that everyone should be aware. I don't know what it means.
Somebody really doesn't like us, I guess. Or whatever that was. I seemed pretty pissed off.
Well, she knew who we were. She was watching us as we were traveling through the swamp.
The eyes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not unlikely she was going to try and pull some shit, you know?
Do you think this was what the ritual was? To watch us?
Maybe, but it could have been something else. I mean, it's hard to say for sure, right?
I just don't know what the hell that is. And I kind of point to the teeth and everything.
Well, if I had to venture a guess, it's probably the fact that we're not quite done with this.
I
There's
think this
probably
is the thing that the
something bigger
bright
out
lights
there.
were worshipping.
That would make sense. Does it look roughly similar to the thing we saw in the first weird ritual nonsense? In the Dark Lock?
So I will say that the depiction is, and the artistry is quite different in the sense that what you saw previously seemed to be very, very crude and
Primitive by
simplistic.
comparison.
Yeah. And this seems to be much more carefully made and, I guess you could say, artistically talented, I suppose, capable.
A lot more detailed by comparison.
Yeah, and like
Okay.
better proportioned and all of that stuff. However, in that image that you had seen in the tunnels, there was that large creature that had a large round toothed mouth. And it does not look dissimilar from this.
Great. Now we've got some... whatever the hell that is to deal with.
Let's just keep it in mind, but it feels like, at least for the moment, we've done enough.
Yeah. We've definitely put a wrench in something.
So let's take advantage of that, right? Maybe at some point travel south, see if we can find something similar, threads that connect everything back together, get other people involved in figuring out what's going on.
Did anybody draw that? Does anybody feel comfortable drawing that?
I believe I
Drawing this?
did.
Okay.
I've been sketching most of these like very roughly.
Okay.
I have like paper. Not like a book, but paper.
Okay.
Well, I have one more thing to do before we leave.
Okay.
But after that, I would very much like to make this a memory.
Yeah, I agree. I'd like to get out of here.
And I go and do play.
Yep. Brightwing
And
casts her spell, and you all watch the trees seemingly recover some of the life that had been stripped from them. And then
before we leave, can I get some of
Mhm.
the blossoms that the tree came and put them in my book?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. You guys make your way back to Ari's. It takes still a couple days, but maybe a day and a half. But the journey is a little bit less strenuous than it was. Whether
we
that's
we
just
took a long rest.
yes, you would have
Oh,
taken a
thank-
long rest at this point. You all can hit a
Thank
long
God.
rest.
Smash that long rest button.
Mm-hmm.
My spells.
Spend a night at Ari's. They say their goodbyes, which you all can catch at the end of session 23 if you want. And then, what would you all like to do?
Reygrove?
I think so. We have to let them know what happened.
Yeah, and then we gotta get the boats and go back up to get the horses. Like,
Let's see. I would say during the travel, Eclipse would suggest probably getting in touch with the mayor in the place where we left the horses. I don't remember the name of it.
Sawfell.
Yeah.
Sawfell?
And just, try to message them, see if everything's okay still. Because we've been gone
Okay.
for a while.
Yeah.
We may also want to reach out to Rylus. I think we have additional incriminating evidence on those two.
Yeah.
That would be wise, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the symbol.
Rylus the monk?
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
I could send to them.
Just whoever would like to, or just think getting in touch with them to let them know, one, we're not dead, and two, see if there's been an attack, because they can't really reach us, so.
I know that we're at this thing, but in the moment, was there any ripped up pieces of paper in that hovel? Blank ones? Like ones that had been written on and then sent off somewhere for somebody to read?
Those go like.
Yeah,
after
it's
the
like the and then and it's gone.
What the heck are you asking?
I want to know if
The
like
scroll. If anything, like the scroll that I've been using is in the.
Oh.
yeah, if there was anything
Was
like that
in
in the hovel
the back
Yeah,
in
within
the
the
Hag's
hovel.
lair?
Yeah.
in the Hag's lair.
No.
Okay,
You did
cool.
not find anything like that in your investigations.
I think that would mean that whoever that they were working for could potentially be not the thing we killed.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
that I think at this point, like, it's probably implied this goes a bit higher, right?
Mm.
So,
I mean,
I
at
think
least
we
these
killed
people
part
are
of
out
the source.
Immediate danger.
Yeah. We killed a localized region, probably, is my best bet. I don't know if we've gotten rid of it entirely, but we've definitely put a dent in it.
Mm-hmm.
We know at
So-
least 5 are safe. The children.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, it almost begins to cancel out the 30 that I killed.
Tap her
What?
on the shoulder.
Look,
Oh
Let's just say next time we probably shouldn't leave them to their own devices.
okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
That was
look,
an experiment.
if you're taking
was very
offense to
wrong.
this, right, with what you're saying potentially being true, I think we need to reevaluate how we look at these sort of situations in the future, maybe. Right?
Also, I'm saying that as completely an out of context situation.
Hmm.
But
You were there.
essentially, I was not until you did it.
We may have
I'll,
murdered very tiny people.
I'll tap Aodwin on the shoulder. We all make mistakes, big boy. I'll give him a wink.
I'm going to fucking stab you. with your own daggers, just for insult.
Yeah.
Is that a nickname now?
At least you won't lose
Mhm.
it.
Yes.
All right, never mind. I'm leaving the group. This is it. It's been fun. It's been real.
And it will be more fun.
I like that he just walks out of the camp, does like a big circle around, and then just comes back on the other side.
Look, I got lost. Okay, it's really confusing out here.
All right. You guys want to make your way towards Reygrove?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
along the way,
Mhm.
we would like to send to the children.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So it'll be
All
the
right.
kiddos, the mayor, Kaufeld.
Matt,
Yes.
I would like to express that I'm trying to think of the right word for this. My expectation for these series of interactions would be a blanket us reaching out and a blanket we hear back from these ones and receive
Okay.
confirmation.
Okay.
I would go through 10 sendings. I don't want to do
Okay.
that.
I'm
So
But I
you-
want to hear him change
We're-
the accents.
We're not going
I
to ask
specific-
him to do multiple voices, but
Not on the spot.
So
I
you
specifically
are.
want to do the shifter one, right?
Okay, you wanna. Let's just lay this out here. So Brightwing, you want to send to the shifter.
Yeah.
Faye.
There's the
I got
twins,
stacked.
and then there's the twins, and
Oh,
then
the
there's
twins.
the.
I never thought to do that.
There are the twins. There are the three. 4 from Proward.
We know they're safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And there's
there-
one kid from Nun.
There was a Ardkel boy from the West March Woods, and then
So
the
there's only
shifter girl.
Technically 4, but 3 sendings. Right?
The one
I
for
don't
the
know
Seed
what you mean
Keepers
by
also
that.
is that was saved. It's the twins, the Ardkel, and the Shifter that are unknown.
Yeah. So 4 kids, but 3 sendings.
Yeah, because the twins would probably together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most likely.
Okay. Okay, and what's your messages, or the singular thematic summary of it, if you want?
Well, I think Brightwings would be in her tongue.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would go along the lines. Hawati, this is Brightwing from the Koea. We are wondering if you are safe. And can we help you if you're not?
Oh, we got different numbers.
What is your name? What is name?
Oh, if you use my count. What's his name? Also, wait, no, it doesn't work.
What's
Neither of
his
those
name?
work.
What's name?
What name? What
What
name
name?
works?
What name?
Oh my gosh.
Your name?
Your name? That's better.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
I mean, depending on the language, I'm just kidding.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's a different language, Matt.
Joking, man. Japanese, I would take up 3. I don't know.
It's characters. It's not words. It's characters, Matt. So it's really. I said a whole book.
hmm Okay. You wait a few seconds, and then you hear a response. I am Grey Claw. I think I remember you. You're the one who got the bird. I'm safe. And that's it.
Oh, alright. Grey Claw? So
Can you say that again? Gray.
Mm-hmm. Grey
Grey
Claw.
Claw.
Gray cloth.
Claw.
Gray
Claw.
Claw.
Gray
Claw.
claw.
Rar.
Which you had read in the, well, I'll call him a dossier for now, that this particular shifter girl had recently bonded with some sort of fierce animal spirit and gained unnatural strength and ferocity from it.
Oh, so she's like 10 or 11.
It seems that she's on the older end of
Oh, okay.
the kids that you've seen in these or come across in your travels.
Okay.
But yes, would be maybe recently turned 10 or something like in that range.
She is safe. But I might send two of my people just to warn them that she might be in danger.
Make sure she's protected, yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then someone wanted to send to the twins.
I'll do that.
Okay. It's a similar message, or do you want to play through it now?
The kids we might have got to respond back because they think they were actually kidnapped.
I heard you and your sister had befallen ill luck. You don't know me, but I care. Are you too safe?
Okay. You wait for 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a couple minutes. Nothing ever comes back.
They didn't respond. They could be asleep with these circlets like the other children.
That means they're in custody.
Yes.
We're jumping to conclusions.
I don't think
So
it's a
let's
far
not-
jump.
There's a lot we don't know.
Well, we saw two halfling children, feet being tracked by blightlings and then being dragged off to a cart that then went away. So I can only assume that it was them. But again, that, as you say, is jump of conclusions.
What time would we have sent that sending? Like, around what time of day would that have been sent out?
Probably when we were walking.
During the day. I would
Okay.
imagine, as we're
Just
walking.
because,
Morning,
yeah,
I
if it was
imagine?
night, then
My guess is probably the day.
11:40 or 11:14. That's when we did it.
Probably
Okay,
the
okay,
day
okay,
right
yep.
after we get our spells back. So like
Yeah.
after we just left Ari's house.
11:14 a.m. the day
Yep.
after leaving Ari's. Yep.
Love this clock.
Brian, you're such an
I
asshole.
love this clock, dude. I love it so much.
again, it's mostly just making sure that we're all on the same page of like when that went out, so it's not just like, oh, I sent it in the middle of the day. Oh, you sent it in the middle of the night. We don't run into that issue down the road.
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe it will wake you. I believe it wakes the target.
Yeah.
Really?
You'll still get it if you're asleep.
I don't know if it's stated that way in the spell, but I would rule it that
Okay.
way always.
Okay. Gotcha.
There is one more child to contact.
Yeah, because it doesn't say they don't get it if they're asleep. You know, it doesn't say anything like that. I would imagine if
No.
someone's talking to you, you might be like, "Huh?" But I think it would wake you,
Be really
Yeah.
busy.
as evidenced by Face Mom.
Yes.
Would you like to send to the child or would you like to me? I could also ask my people today for protection of the one that we know is safe.
I think that's paramount.
Yeah, I'll check in with the Oddkel child. I'll just basically say the same thing.
Okay.
But, well, maybe not the I heard you're in danger, like, hi, you don't know me, but there has been some unsafe situations near you. Would you tell me if you're okay?
Okay. Wow, what a thing for a little boy to hear out of the blue in his head from some random
I
woman.
didn't use any trigger words!
Okay.
Not that I know of. Tried to keep it G.
Okay. A few seconds go by. And then a few more. And that gets up to a minute and over.
Oh no!
I'm gonna, like, stick the flute in the air and, like, turn it. And be like...
Reception is bad.
And I will say,
Go for 2.
just because generally you all are, I think, paying a lot of attention to all of this stuff surrounding what you found here. You found one circlet with all of these.
Do you recall, Matt, when I rolled a check to see the age of the ink, and we were able to do, like, a pretty good timeline?
Mm-hmm.
Where
They
were
come
the
over as
twins and the Ardkel in relation to some of the other kids?
I think it was the Shifter was the newest, the Ardkel was before that, and then the twins.
And
That
there
is
was
correct.
one crown left, and that was for her.
Yeah.
So
they
she
don't-
hasn't been taken yet, but everyone else has. Or attempted.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if this is relayed yet, I mean, in terms of what we can do, we at least have a picture now, or a description, or something to go off of instead of what we had before. One of them seems okay for now. They aren't taken or anything. But we can at least ask better if anybody knows anything with the pictures, at least. So, if we go farther out, if we go anywhere else, we can ask in an actual town if anybody's seen them. Or if anybody knows them.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I will send to my people to try and keep her safe.
With the understanding as well that she may not actually be in danger anymore.
But, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to say
warning.
something.
Okay. Matt, can I reach out to my mentor? I don't know if we ever... I don't know what his name is. I don't think we ever wrote that down. Think about it.
Mentor?
I have
don't
to say,
know.
I actually have a similar situation, so... It's like, huh.
You guys didn't name your childhood best friend? What the fuck? What do you mean?
Listen, I didn't come up with Brightwing's name for a while.
I'm messing.
Everyone else's names kind of flew over.
Yeah, I don't think we did actually.
No.
Unless you find it in your backstory that you sent.
No, I don't think we ever came up with a name for him.
Okay. Well, we can address that, but you want to send them a message?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god. Okay. No. This, I haven't said it yet. I haven't said it yet. Okay. No. This is Brightwing. Grey Claw could be in danger. Kids throughout Aanthara being taken. Please keep her safe. More guards might need to patrol. Hi.
Okay. All right. You wait a few seconds and you hear. Very curious indeed. And good to hear from you. Grey Claw. I don't fully understand, but I will do as you say. Be safe.
I think Brightwing takes a... I don't know if she talked in her tongue again, so y'all wouldn't have understood what she said. But you definitely, like, after a couple seconds of getting that response back, that you definitely feel like she has, like, more of a kind of a lighthearted moment reaction to that. Of hearing her mentor's voice again. They will keep her safe as much as she can.
Good.
That's about all we can do for now, I think.
Yeah.
Besides going home, but it is very far.
Yeah. I get that. Well. Yeah.
Insert travel montage.
You're muted, Matt.
You guys are done sending?
I don't
Okay.
have any more settings for today.
Same.
All right. Well, the travel back to Reygrove is a couple days, so if you have anything else you want to do before you get there, you can do so. Otherwise, we can travel montage.
I have one.
Okay.
I would try throughout one of the nights with Watch to get on watch with Eclipse.
Okay. Very doable.
What? What do you want?
Yeah.
You want a rematch? You're right.
Yeah, actually, that might be a good way to do this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You guys set up for an arm wrestling rematch?
Yeah.
All right, roll.
The usual. All right.
And
the loud dice.
I'm going to start as we begin. I really must thank you. That's a natural 20, dude.
Oh, for a total of
20. That's 2 tonight. Let's go.
It's just a strength check.
Yep.
It's a 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Continue with what you want to say
Yep.
if you want. I
I'll-
will say that with a natural 20 for a total of 20 over a 10, you will win in one round. It'll maybe take a little while, but you get her down. So
Yeah.
up to you how you want to play that.
I'd be pulling it down and just kind of staring at her, trying to get a read as we're going.
Okay.
I wasn't fully sure how to approach after the bandits had attacked.
Okay.
And I'd hold it there in case she was pushing back.
Okay. It's a slow burn, but you're continuing to make progress.
Yeah.
I'll roll you again.
Okay. go
She's
for
really
it.
confused what the hell you're trying to say.
9.
It's a 10.
Ooh. 10?
Yeah, same number.
Okay, you basically
low.
hold him there. You're not making progress back, but you hold it like 45 degree. And
Okay.
there's just a massive eclipse forearm straining to hold that spot.
I have a hard time believing that people would understand. I didn't know that you knew about my brother.
I mean, it was more of you seemed to focus a lot more on him than the others.
What else do you know?
About that? Nothing.
I think I'd like you to know a little more.
Okay.
And I'll start to push again.
Okay, roll one more time.
Okay.
And as I
Are
do,
you... Yep.
that one's a lot higher.
I am going to shift.
Whoa!
Okay. I will say
Whoa!
this. I'm gonna make this basically a concentration check. So, Eclipse, roll a Constitution saving throw. It doesn't necessarily make the most sense, but I'm calling this a concentration check, basically.
Okay. Can I keep the roll I just made?
Maybe that's gonna be your
Okay.
Can
first
I keep
roll
the roll?
if you succeed on this concentration check.
It's 25.
Boom!
Okay. Wait, the strength or the concentration?
The first roll I made was a 25 if it's con, it's a 26 if it's strength.
Oh, okay. No. So the first roll you made
Yeah.
was gonna be your first strength roll. So it's a
Okay.
20 what?
It's 26.
Is that athletics
Just a
or
strength
straight
check?
strength?
It's both. Like it's either if it's an athletics or a strength.
She's strong.
Check. Or I guess
That
it's
would be
23 because it's a
impossible.
check.
That
Yeah,
would be
yeah, yeah.
impossible.
Okay. So if it's not
So
a saving throw, then it's 23.
It's still okay. So it's 23 is
Yeah.
your strength, and then did you roll again?
Hmm.
Okay, so roll a con. Roll con. We're calling that your first
Oh,
strength check.
okay.
Depending
Now
on what happens with
it's-
this con save.
Now it's a 19.
Okay, I'm gonna say that you are able to hold your focus enough to keep that first roll. So what did
Okay.
you roll, Yasmin?
I rolled a 13.
Okay. Despite this sudden reveal, and maybe it's like a burst of adrenaline almost, Eclipse gets you all the way up past the halfway point, and what does she see?
You see the original stable keeper from Proward
Hmm.
as the form of Yasnip fades and the visage of, I apologize, I don't remember her
Dixie.
name, Dixie, comes through, still wearing Yasnip's clothes. Still me.
So you can just do that.
I'll push back again.
Okay, roll again.
And I'm gonna shift again.
Okay.
Into Eclipse.
Eclipse. Oh shoot! Okay, Eclipse. I'm just gonna leave this up to you because you rolled a really
Okay.
good concentration check the first time. From now on, if you want to impose self disadvantage out of shock, you can. Or if you want to turn into adrenaline and just keep your roll, you can do that too. It's totally up to you. Your character choice.
I feel like because he can't mimic my size, if I remember right, for
No, I can.
changelings.
He can.
Okay, so he would look exactly like me. It wouldn't be
Yes.
like a smaller version of me.
Whoa.
He is
to,
an
to,
exact match.
to be fair, I would be a little bit smaller because I still have to fit in my clothes.
That's
That's,
true,
that's
that's
what I
true.
mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't look
Yeah.
exactly like me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd
You
be,
could probably
you
stretch
would-
out a bit of your clothes
Yeah.
too,
I
so
mean,
it's not that far off.
It would look more like Luna than it would like me, is what I'm imagining.
Size wise,
Yeah.
probably yes,
Yeah.
oh
but
shit.
features wise,
I think that's probably what would catch her off more. Not that being her, it would probably look
Mm.
like Luna, and I think that would surprise her.
Okay.
Okay, let me try disadvantage. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Way to roll.
So it's an 8 total with that.
Jasmine?
11.
Okay, it's back to the halfway point. It's just holding there in the middle amidst this very odd contest.
Anytime.
So you don't. Is the tiefling the preferred, or the most comfortable?
In this moment, yes?
And it's always been like that. That's not magic. That's just you.
And I'll shift one more time into my true form.
Okay.
This is me.
Huh.
My name is Naz. On a different day, it's Yasnip. On another, there's others. I think you might understand.
Have I heard of people like this before, or seen anyone like that come through?
I will not make you roll a check. You would have definitely heard of changelings.
Okay.
You have not, I would say, encountered one, or if you have, you don't know it. You
I mean, yeah,
know
that
that
makes
they
sense.
take, you know from bits of education that they take a form that looks very much like what Nas currently looks like.
Okay.
But that when not in that form, they can take basically any other, and it's not a magical effect, so that can't be detected. And they're
Okay.
pretty rare and not public usually with that reality.
Okay. Huh.
You seem the type to prefer to connect dots,
Yeah.
and I hope that my
So-
trust is not misplaced.
I think if I had someone to be worried about, I probably would be a little more off guard, but I've heard of things like this, both magically and not. It's very cool though. But I don't think I'd ever ask you to do that unless you were comfortable.
It's a mode of defense.
I mean, people do that without magic, so.
Hmm.
I'll shift back into Yasnib and try to finish this arm wrestle.
Period.
Really
Yeah, they're
fucking hard.
like this the whole time.
And
Yeah,
it's a
the
three.
that last like minute was just
Yeah.
holding in the middle.
Yeah.
A 3?
3, yeah, of course.
21?
Okay. With that last comment, Eclipse just buries.
I guess my
Anyways.
only question is so that, are you actually related? Is that the family you chose?
No, he's my blood brother.
Huh. So can he do this too, or is it just
No.
you and the family?
Well, and you see this, it is a moment of, I'm
Yeah.
sharing, but I don't know how much I want to share.
Yeah,
but
and
it-
she's like,
It's
if it's
fine.
a lot, you
No,
don't
it's-
have to. It's just
It's my mom.
okay.
My mom and my sister.
Okay. I mean, obviously, it's not really gonna change. I'm not gonna say anything.
Right Wing's aware for other reasons.
Okay. Did the
Um,
twins know? Ivana and
no.
Seraph?
Oh, Vana did.
Ah.
Vana took the curtain off the whole thing, quite literally.
Okay. I'm guessing that's what the. Yeah, there was a lot
Mm,
going on.
yeah.
Okay.
Fine. Thank you again.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah. That's. You gotta look out for him. You really do. I'm just glad
Oh.
it worked out.
Grab the arm a little bit. Get a little rub into it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can meet my sister sometime.
It'd be a pleasure.
I hope so. She's sneaky like you. Be curious to see who won on that one.
I fancy a challenge.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's definitely one to be of contests like that. But yeah, I appreciate it. I'm guessing, just for the sake of us being on the same page, you do not want the other two to know about this for the moment.
Not yet.
Okay.
To be fair, I've been caught once, which was Vana.
That's
I've
true.
voluntarily told 2.
Okay.
It's not a common thing.
Yeah,
Perhaps-
it's definitely not.
Perhaps
know
over
that much.
time, maybe. We'll have to see. I have some suspicions still. We've only just met them after all. We've only just met, but it's a little different. Kind of feel like I owed it to you.
I mean, even if you never did, you didn't really have any trust of mine to break.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, I mean, it's your secret, not mine. I'll keep it for you. So wait a second. If Brightwing's keeping a secret,
I had thought about this for a few days.
I guess it's a
And-
different kind of secret
Well,
than...
to be perfectly honest, and I'm glad you brought it up, the entire confrontation with Eowyn, for example, was quite alarming for me. I had a moment where I didn't know if I could trust her.
Yeah, I mean, that's very fair. But I also don't know what kind of conversation you've had, so she might register them differently.
Seems secrets are okay.
Secrets between friends.
Yeah.
Seems.
I think the relation from that to the steps that we had took could be something worth mentioning when we have another discussion potentially in the future. That involves discrete material.
Yeah. It's just a thought. It's interesting. It's not a judgment, it's just... It's funny how people think sometimes.
Hmm.
The justifications are interesting. But, I mean, we're figuring it out. So.
Goes over my head.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll leave that to her.
Alright.
But
Yeah. I think we've reached a middle ground.
how did you feel about that, by the way?
The conversation?
What was said between
Just entire thing.
Eowyn, Brightwing, the entire group, really? You took more of a stance of moderation. Curious
I
to what you
mean-
actually think.
When you grow up in a library full of everything, again, I'm on the side that some information needs to be protected. Some people don't need to have what the entire library has to offer because they won't know what to do with it. They'll have it, they'll get paranoid. Like you, I found out about changelings ages ago, but I haven't walked around being paranoid of every person on the street because, one, it's rare, and two, if they're being malicious with it, someone will catch them eventually. But they think they're common enough knowledge that people are aware of it. So, that's something like that. Again, it's not ours to say. It's not mine to give.
It's insightful.
I've seen what happens when people get too ambitious with something. It gets them in trouble.
I'm not sure what the relation is. A bit sidetracked, those two symbols. I think it's important for you to know that I found it on a ring.
Just
Mm.
any ring.
I've had dreams of it as well.
Huh. Okay. I think it might be safer to go ask the next time we're in that area.
Mm.
I don't feel too good sending that out.
Yeah.
And someone else picking it up. Or taking it, or whatever it is.
Especially
I'd
with
rather
what it was
be right
related
there.
to. Similarities are uncanny.
Yeah, we'll need to research it firsthand.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll actually pick up a book for a change.
Well, thanks again.
Of course.
And I'll beat your sister any day of the week.
I won't even warn her you're coming.
She'll never know.
I can't wait to see the look on her face. I'll never win. I'm not that sneaky, but man.
You have to let me know what scares her.
Nah, I can't do that. I'll never do that. I'm not that cruel.
I wouldn't either.
I might have to fight anyone who does. Let's just say that.
I'm glad I said what I said before I joked about it then.
I mean, we just have to rematch like this. That's probably what would end up happening.
We'll spar sometime too.
We do still need to do that.
We'll get there.
That is true. Next time.
Definitely.
We'll figure it out. Cool.
Okay. Anybody else have anything they want to do before getting back to Reygrove on the couple days? All right. Eventually, and with a degree of peace and quiet, but not the unnatural quiet you had experienced going through the wetlands at various points, but more just the quiet that is filled sometimes with hoots and insects. Hoots. Hoot hoots.
Toot.
Hoot hoot.
You make your way back unobstructed and reach Reygrove. When you do, when you reach the outskirts, similar to how when you first arrived you saw a couple people holding a post, you see Solomon sitting on a fence at the end, or at the outskirt. Back!
Thankfully in one piece.
Been expecting you. Been keeping an eye out.
It was a long walk.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to hear about it, but assume you want to get
Drink
some
first.
rest. Yeah, and that. Fair
Yeah.
enough. All right, you want to debrief in the morning then?
Yeah, do you have a bathhouse?
Oh, God. Oh.
What is
He
it?
laughs pretty substantially. I mean, if you count a pool of water that a lot of people take a swim in that's not at all heated or surrounded by pretty perfumes or whatever they do in the big cities, then sure, but beyond that, absolutely not. Not our
They-
vibe.
They have houses just filled with baths in cities?
So I hear. It's a bit weird if you ask me.
That is strange.
It's better than it sounds.
It is better.
It's
Well,
an experience.
I wouldn't mind experiencing it to know if it is strange or not.
I will absolutely take you.
Okay.
You all get some rest, have a drink, and swing by the headquarters tomorrow. Maybe we can go over what's happened. I think Sister Kaya will probably have some stuff for you as well on the Dark Crawler.
Sweet.
Not
Okay.
to expedite things. And this is going to seem like an odd question, but do you have a place of rest for those that have departed? We may need to add to it.
We do for people of Reygrove. It's under the hot hearth tree. It's actually kind of its primary purpose, but why do you ask?
We uncovered something quite vulgar. and we couldn't bring ourselves to dispose of it in a less than respectful manner. We don't know who they are. We have an idea of one. But we didn't want to let them be without peace. If not here, I can take a trip the next day and go to a field, an unmarked grave. I'm fine with that as well, but
I have an idea of a spot outside town. It's beautiful in its own way. I think it might be all right. I'll take you there tomorrow if you want.
please. Thank you.
Would you allow me to come? Yes, Nip.
Of course. Everyone can if they like.
I
But
could perform our funeral ceremony that we do.
I can help dig. Be easier that way.
All right, we can do that first thing then, if you want. Seems better.
Sounds good.
All right. Talk to you all in the morning. He heads off. Oh, you have something, Faye?
Where do we sleep? We've got tents and stuff, but is there a place we could rent or rooms available for rent somewhere?
You did last time, so
Okay.
you can go back again. Yeah,
Okay.
to the Peak Shade Hostel.
Okay.
You can go back there. You guys want to go stay the night there? I assume.
Yeah.
Everybody will. Okay. You can get rooms. How many rooms do you want to get?
I'll take one.
Yeah, me too.
I think we'll take our own. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Everybody
5.
gets their own.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sean, you're...
The woman who runs the hostel, who you had met before, Earth Genasi woman, Chiquide. I've heard what y'all have done, so one night's on me. Don't know how long you plan to stay, but
Thank
It is very kind of you.
well, what you've done is very kind, so I appreciate it.
I think we'll
Sets you
only
up
need
with
the
rooms.
one, so.
Okay. She sets you up with rooms. You guys,
What time of day is it?
You
yeah,
got there
it
late.
is
8:59 when
Bruh.
y'all's deployed,
Is
and
stuff
then
happening?
Good.
ticks to 9.
Hmm?
Is stuff happening? Like in town?
Is there
Yeah,
music?
like- Is there a nightlife? Is there a music? Is there a bar? Like, what's happening?
There are a few people hanging out in the hostel, like common room area, eating and drinking. This is not the most nightlife-y city in Kathos, so there doesn't seem to be much of a bopping scene.
There's a
Um,
100% an underground gambling somewhere
Could be.
here.
But there's like probably a dozen people in the common room at this time.
There's a rave somewhere. Those fireflies aren't used for nothing.
Mm,
Right.
I'm
I'm gonna sit down and order 3 drinks,
Okay.
Hell yeah.
and then just hold them all and start drinking them.
Okay. Yep.
Like having an existential
Uh,
crisis.
I think I'll join Faye on the drinking train.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
If everyone's there, I'll be there.
Okay. Are you gonna drink?
No. Leah? Peer pressure? Peer pressure
Slide
dice?
I'll slide 2 of my 3 down to Eclipse and Yasnip.
No.
Okay.
I will roll persuasion against you.
Ooh!
Can I help?
Oh,
I don't know.
advantage.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna keep my roll that I rolled though.
It's only
Okay,
an
okay,
18.
okay.
It's
The what?
only an 18.
Yeah.
I was doing like a wisdom throw, the straight wisdom, and I
Yeah.
rolled a
Mhm.
natural 19 plus 5.
Oh.
So I have a
Okay.
24.
That's fair, that's
Oh
fair.
shoot! I rolled a I got a 22.
Yeah.
Oh. All
Close.
right. They make
Hold
some
on.
very persuasive arguments, Brightwing.
Oh,
but
oh.
I
Oh,
I'll say
Adrian? Oh.
Hold on.
Oh. I'm too mom to convince somebody to drink.
No shot.
I'm not.
Damn it.
Adrian's argument is less confused or less convincing.
Yeah.
Could I
yeah.
reach out to Chiquita and say, could I have like just some kind of fruit juice with like a little like fruit in it and like little umbrella or something, my friend?
I have a
Like
mocktail.
something that appears like a cocktail but is not.
I can make that happen, of course.
Thank you.
She
Brings a thing of
goes-
apple juice.
Yeah.
brings back, yeah, pretty
Little
much.
froth on the
seems to
top
be-
looks like a little beer.
It's kind of like
Yeah.
Hell
a
yeah.
tiny sort of tree sap drink that's non-alcoholic. It seems.
Oh,
Which
okay,
is not
okay.
too
Love
different
that.
from the amber sap that everyone else is probably drinking, which is kind of the
She's
go-to
so
drink
down
here.
with that. Oh,
right.
she would love that.
I'll get a shot of something stronger and like drop it in the amber sap and like chug it.
Yep.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
But really, like I'm laughing, but Faye's just like,
It's been a time.
Yeah, I think we're just drinking it away.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
we did say we'd always have a talk over a table.
Do we need to move to a table?
Are we not at the table?
Are we
You're
at a table? Or are we
table.
at the bar?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's up to you guys, but
Yeah.
I would assume you got it.
there is tables, there is talking. What would
Let's
you
go.
like to discuss?
Let's do it.
Who are you all?
And that's where we'll take our break.
Oh! What a
For
deep question.
let's do a nice solid 6 minutes and 51 seconds for the 6:51 p.m. that it is right now.
St. Paul,
My
Minnesota.
Oh,
Hey!
we got a real place here.
Minnesota.
Oh, real
Aw.
Sadie for once. Okay, we'll see you on the other side. Full of gummies. Hi.
I tried to save you,
Hi.
but you made it awkward.
Honestly, I
chewing.
should have just stayed silent and let you guys carry on because we're picking up with Brian or Yasnip's question. Welcome back, but there you go. Who are you people?
Are you asking anybody in particular?
I'm Faye and I'm
In
not drunk
general.
enough for this question.
I slide up for the drink.
Yeah. Also, 2 drinks go
Yeah.
over.
You have to be drunk to answer this question.
Some people might. They call it liquid courage for a reason.
Ah, okay. What do you mean by that, Yasnip?
Just getting to know who we're traveling with. What your aspirations are, your hopes, your dreams, what you want to be when you get older.
I think I can start, since you guys know a bit. I'm from the Fornoir family, and I look to Brightwing and just say, we basically are the knowledge keepers of the area. Usually, if you need to know something, you come to us, kind of like a giant library, but for very specific things. The goal was to find out about the Blightlings. Goal pretty much accomplished. Because it was a danger we didn't know. I have a sister named Luna, who looks a lot like me. And she's sneaky. She'll be fun if we ever meet her. My dad is Hugo, as Faye already knows. He's an old soul, I guess you could say. Kind of the one responsible for the whole thing. And my mom is Celeste. She's the kindest of us all, I think. The one kind of keeping it together. And I want to keep them safe. That's all I want to do. So that's why I'm here.
Cool.
Yeah. So what about you, Mr. Scarlet Sword? What do you do?
What do you mean? What do I
So
do?
Yeah, so you're out here hunting monsters.
Something like that, yeah. Get commissions from on high or of my own volition. Pursue them until they're complete, and then report back to the big boss. Get the next job.
What's your favorite thing you've ever encountered?
Fuck.
Not even from
Hands
like
be
a.
the Krothic.
Oh, no, the Krothic was a fucking disaster.
I mean, like, coolest thing that you've either seen or, gave you the best fight.
That's a good question, actually.
I mean, if you really gotta think about it, you can answer it later, but...
Well, I think the biggest problem that I ran into, I was looking to take down a lobbyist. Not really take him down, per se, just get him to chill the fuck out. And a certain silver-tongued bard just so happened to decide to get in the fucking way and ruin the entire job.
A lobbyist?
Yeah, politics get a bit complicated sometimes,
I
and...
was about to say it's a different type of monster, isn't it?
Oh yeah. All kinds of monsters in this world that need to be dealt with.
She's gonna kind of lean over the table and just be like, so meeting Faye was your favorite thing?
Meeting Faye was the most challenging thing I've ever had to deal with. Because after, by the way, I just want to point out, she charmed me, right, with magic, took the fucking lobbyist for herself, got all the information she needed, and dipped the fuck out. Meanwhile, I had to go back and report that the job was a disaster because of this random fucking lady. By the way, don't show up to any Scarlet Sword locations. They're sort of keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, they won't offer you a job because the guy they gave it to wasn't able to pull
I
it
did
off.
the job better than you did.
Because you inebriated me with magic, yeah. Fucking amazing job.
Magic, babe.
Promise you did. Anyways, regardless, that's not even the first time that she's interfered with a job either. That would be the second. So, the most challenging thing I've had to deal with in my line of work is her.
And Faye's favorite thing is ruining your job, from what I can tell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Unequivocally.
Okay.
That's not true.
That's not true.
You have yet to prove otherwise, to be fair.
You have yet to see me in many other situations.
My point exactly.
You hit things with a sharp thing for a living, okay? I've seen you do that, and I've seen you give me shit. Those are the two things that you do. I do a lot of things that you haven't seen me do yet.
Part of my job is stabbing things. The other part of my job is to
laying on the floor.
threaten to stab things. You'll be laying on the floor in the next 5 minutes if you don't shut the fuck up.
I have been on the
Ooh.
receiving end of you threatening to stab me, though.
Do you
That is
promise,
correct.
Edwin?
Whoa!
Is this what
Oh.
you call tossing of what is word shady?
Oh, casting shade? Yeah, throwing shade? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We're there. We're definitely there.
Okay.
Regardless, I do need to go back down to Villiers to report back. Let them know what exactly is going on up here and get them on high alert for those two blokes that you all keep talking about, so that we can at least kind of keep things tabbed out there. So,
I mean, we'll worry about that later. Faye!
I will clarify. Jokes aside, Edwin. I appreciate what you do. I think that is unsaid at different points. You bring a lot to this.
I'll certainly try. Yeah.
I do have one pressing question, though.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
What happens to Lucy?
I don't know. Tried getting in contact with her the other night. Got nothing back in return, so... I don't know where she is, or whether or not she's going to be able to come back. It's... frustrating.
Can you keep trying, or do
I
you have
plan
to give it
to.
some time? Oh,
I don't know what all it requires, but I will try and reach out again. Just to see.
Apologize if anything was insincere when she left. I thought she was closer to something, to you at least, that I was able to conjure through magic. If it was something more, I'd like to express my condolences.
No, it's not that. It's just an owlbear. Just something clicked, you know. That's all it was. I don't like losing people. Especially my people. So.
can I ask a dumb question?
We're already on this, so.
Did you
why not?
always want to go out and Scarlet Sword?
No.
Was it because it matched your hair?
That's a dumber question of mine.
It really is, though. It really is. Yeah, no. The only reason it matches my hair is because I live next to a fucking volcano.
Whoa.
You
That's
live
all,
next
Phil.
to a volcano?
On purpose?
Well, no, I didn't choose to be born there. It was just,
But people live there on purpose.
I mean, have you seen
well,
it?
yeah.
Why?
It's,
Anyway.
well, since you asked, and I unsheathed my sword. Yeah, that's where you find this metal. It's extremely durable and
Okay.
very, very good at making armor, weapons. It's sort of the mainstay of the swords. You can imagine where they probably got the name. But there's obviously, tons of reasons. It's not just that. The mineral deposits there are rich. It's the primary export, so it makes sense that that place thrives off of that. And there are people who can stand it and people who can't. So.
I prefer the cold.
Yeah.
I prefer the beach.
Yeah, fuck that.
No beach.
Water in general.
Mm.
The ocean, specifically,
It's lovely.
it's not. It is disturbing. It is smelly. It is host to the most vile creatures the world has ever experienced.
And most delicious as well.
You are out of your fucking mind. Genuinely. And I mean that with all due respect.
I take pride in that.
Sure.
So, Faye.
As she downs another whiskey or whatever it is.
Whatever it is. It doesn't matter at this
100%.
point.
I mean, did you always? I guess we've talked about this, right? You always wanted to go out and tell your own story, do your own thing.
Well, you guys know I was an orphan. I didn't meet my parents until I was like 8 or 9. They're old. They I mean, like in the 70s now, old. So yeah, they had 4 grown children when they adopted me. I was like mom's pet project because she was bored after they retired. So, I mean, she's a lovely woman. Has about like 17 different kinds of like artwork in the home that she's painted herself, like based on different
Whoa.
masters. Like she's a master artist. Which is kind of where I got my passion for arts. Daddy owns Rhymex. Which anyone who has probably everybody but Brightwing, it's like Aanthara Amazon.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
Gotcha.
imports, exports, shipping,
Your
like
dad's Jeff
That's
Bezos?
the real AA.
I mean, not that much, but like maybe more like
Bezos
FedEx.
with the soul. Oh, okay.
Yeah, more on vein with like FedEx.
Do I get free shipping?
Oh shit! No way. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
they wanted to be adventurers when they were younger. They went out and did the thing for a little while, and then babies happened, and they stopped doing that thing and started doing another thing, which was Rhymex. But when they retired, they moved from Ilmara to Estalios. Left the boys, the 2 older boys, Luke and Bronson, in charge of Rhymex in Restalios. They moved, or in Ilmara. They moved to Restelios, intending to retire. Dad couldn't retire, opened up a new business, so now they own a luxury, like, resort spa bathhouse situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of those, yeah. I spent a lot of time in those. I've got, so the other brother, the third, I guess, is Dane. He is in the military. I don't know exactly where he's at. And then there's Rafe, Raphael. He was the youngest before me, and he is complicated. But yeah, so Mama used to take me down to the arts district all the time. And she was always into painting, but I just couldn't stay away from the music. I used to turn everything into like a drum or a harp or something in the home, and she finally got me enrolled in classes. I kind of worked my way up a little bit there, and I did stage work for a little while, some like improv theater. Started to gain a little bit of, traction between Ilmara and Restelios. And that was really good until Dad decided that I needed to grow up and be an adult and started trying to marry me off, and I said no. So I didn't like run away, but like
You
I
followed
removed
your path.
myself from the situation.
Yeah.
They
So
tried to marry you off?
It's like a thing that rich people do.
But
Yeah.
why?
Protect your fortunes.
Yeah, alliances and things like that. I do stand to inherit some. I mean, I'm so someday, oh god, hopefully a long, long time away. My parents are wonderful, but I'm not ready. I don't want that yet. And not to some rich snob. So I'm here to write the story of the adventures that my parents were never able to have. And bring it back to them.
Do you fancy
Uh-huh.
yourself the type to be on stage at some point in the future? Something
yeah.
more established?
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I think, I mean, that's not difficult. I think I would love to once I've settled down a bit, maybe mentor others.
Oh,
What would your stage name or your show be called?
Well, Faye is my stage name.
What about your show? On the big boards outside of all of the theaters in Elmara.
I don't know yet.
I have a
My
suggestion.
story's not finished. A suggestion, alright.
I like Symphonies by Felicity.
You didn't hear that.
That was through Ascending, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was alone in a tree.
I apologize, I withdraw that. I thought that was dropped. I thought we clarified it was dropped
Yeah.
amongst
Nah.
everybody.
Thought we
Okay,
did
I apologize.
too,
I withdraw
but
that.
Did I?
We'll redact it.
I don't-
We clarified that her. Wait, am I talking?
Yes.
You are
Yeah.
not.
Yes.
that-
We
there you go.
clarified that her last name was dropped in the
No.
tavern with Rylus,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Right.
her first
But
name has
not
not
the
been.
first name.
Okay, I
Yeah.
apologize. I withdraw that.
Redacted.
Redacted.
It's still good.
Redacted.
Redacted.
Damn it.
Fuck.
Damn it. Whatever.
Yeah, so nobody knows her first name. I think everybody at this point knows her last name, which
Yeah.
you would recognize.
Give me one. One sec. The Rhythmics of Miss Rosewood.
Still good. Still
I'm
good.
down for the alliteration. I appreciate that. I'll write it down.
Good save. Good save.
Trying.
Good
I'm
answer.
trying.
It's
up there. It's up there, Matt.
Good answer. Good answer.
Survey said. Redacted.
No.
show me Rosewood.
Oh my god.
it's good that you've got family
Yeah.
that
Took
you
me a
can
while.
kind of go back to, you know?
I mean, someday they're all scattered, which is kind of fun because you run into them time to time.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know that, Ilmara or Restalios would be home again if I were to settle somewhere, but it's kind of a landing point if I do decide to. I'd like to go back. I'd like to go to Ilmara. But it's not. It's more for the nostalgia. But it was cool. I got to travel a lot, because at one point or another we traveled all the shipping routes. So I've been down to Paris here. I've been, as let me pull out my handy dandy map. I've been up to Nisea, Viliad, Yura. So it's fun.
I'd come to see one of your shows.
Oh yes. I'd very much like to see.
Well, it's not a one-woman performance, you see. Very much team effort, so.
Blitz,
I've
are you a
actually-
backup dancer?
Oh, what? No, I'm a stagehand at best.
You would be a great.
You didn't see any
stagehand.
of that. Yeah. She's like incredibly embarrassed all of a sudden.
Garbage stealth, having no idea where the sound is coming from.
Do not dance. Don't know what you mean. No.
I don't
That's-
dance.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I've got other things I'm looking for. Long term, but I'd like to find out who my real parents are. Figure out why they abandoned me.
Do you have any leads on that? Any direction or looking
Well, you
to
see,
gather
what
renown?
happened was, the first lead that I had, I got intercepted by this angry, brutish man.
Oh. Oh.
The second lead that I had on information, I had to use magic to save my own ass because I was in fear for my life.
Sounds justified.
I was able to scuttle away a political emissary in the meantime, thank you.
Yeah, you're
It
still
is-
on the hit list, by the way. Just to be clear.
It is very interesting to see the 2 points of view of that interaction.
There's 2 sides. There's 3 sides to that story, I'm sure, at least.
Oh, there's 7 for sure. The number of witnesses to everything that took place. I mean, it's a fucking disaster.
Are you a fugitive? Is that what's happening?
Are we
But
friends?
is considered to be on a Scarlet Sword's watch list, yes.
That's so hot.
That's
the-
actually, you need to lead with that in
I
your
guess
show.
it's not really
Yeah.
obstruction of
You are a
love that.
criminal.
justice, right? Is that what
Oh,
we're
it's
hearing?
absolutely obstruction of justice.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
that's
I didn't know how
actually
like officially you
almost
guys had
word
it,
for word
or
exactly.
if it.
Please, you have been traveling with someone that is on the Scarlet Sword watch list, and you have done nothing.
I believe that's aiding and abetting, isn't it? I think that's the term.
Oh.
Hey, guess
Wow.
what?
Well, technically, he's watching her, so
Yeah.
I mean, he's
he's
doing his
watching her.
job.
We're not. I have been given 0 order to actually detain her yet, and neither has
Yet.
anybody. Exactly. Like I
Okay.
said, she's on a watch list. The next time
Yeah,
she
so
does
he's
something
watching
wrong,
because she's on the watch list. Okay, we
Yes.
found
Wrong
it.
according to whom?
according to who? According to Captain Dockwright.
Captain Dickwright can suck mine.
Holy shit!
Gosh, that was so
Uh.
fast too.
Immediate, no hesitation. Damn.
You know,
Get wrecked.
honestly, you're valid. He is obnoxious. He's also very, very good at his job.
Powerful and obnoxious are not mutually exclusive.
Trust me, I'm well aware. But he's reliable.
A lingering
Reliably and
question.
Oh.
If you were ordered to take her in, would you?
Yes.
Without hesitation.
Could you?
That depends. Are you going to try and stop me?
Fuck yeah! I got stuff to do!
Well, I think he's more asking us. I
Exactly.
think that'd cause an issue if I stop you, wouldn't it?
It would cause a massive diplomatic
Yeah,
incident.
that would
Yes.
cause some issues, right?
Yeah.
Shit.
Are
Well,
your factions allied?
I
Yes,
mean,
kind
yeah.
of.
I mean,
we've
like,
worked
it'd be
together
like a
often
slap
in the
on the
past.
wrist, and like, my parents would pay my bail, and it'd be fine. So, like,
Mm.
what?
I-
Okay, genuinely though, what did I do? I attempted to approach someone that had information in an attempt to negotiate the transfer of that information. Personal information, mind.
You
not secrets.
interfered not once but twice in Official Sword's business and ruined one of those two jobs. You are considered an obstacle in the Scarlet Sword's eyes, and so
But what were you trying
love
to
that.
do?
what was I trying to do in which
Yeah, because
instance?
she was trying to find her parents. You were doing.
Well, the first time I was on bodyguard duty for the massive sack of shit Merrill Haley. Yeah, he blows, but it's money, so we take it.
He's
Protection,
not that important.
watch
like,
duty. Yeah, he's not supposed to be, but
Mhm.
they gave him the Lord title and he wears it with this false sense of pride. Point is, he paid decently well, and so I took the job. And all I was supposed to do was keep a good proximity around him of any unwanted individuals. Not let anyone interfere with his business. Let him
How
go
do
about
you
his
know? How do you know that he would have found me an unwanted individual?
day. Because he said so?
Specifically about me.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you weren't really subtle that time.
Hmm.
The second time, with Mr. Lovell.
Ms.
Was it Ms.? Shit.
Hmm.
Getting my jobs crossed.
I'm just gonna point out, it sounds like you hate your job. What does it take to leave the Scarlet Sword?
Oh, it's not that I hate the job. The
It sounds like
Lovell
the
job.
people side of the job is the worst part of the job.
Correct. Many of the people that we have to interface with aren't the greatest. It's a bunch of rich aristocratic assholes. But that's besides the point.
Roslyn.
Yes, Rosalind. Just needed to let
Kill
her
her?
know. No, not there to kill her. That there were some people that needed her to step off the gas a bit.
And how'd that turn out?
Well, it would have turned out perfectly fine.
Are you saying that these political snafus that have been that we heard about are my fault?
No. I have no idea what the fuck you did when you found her.
I just asked you some questions.
Be a lot cooler if it was. That'd be even a better one to lead with.
That'd be so cool.
It's definitely a possibility that had I been able to stop her from pushing any votes through, that things could have been averted.
High scale
But
would
this-
still be alive.
Who knows? Impossible to say for certain at this point, but the point is that job went haywire because of your interference.
Well, my job went haywire because of your interference.
Right, but the difference is I'm getting paid. And I'm Also,
So the difference is money.
Yes, my
In
job is a bit
everything.
more
How much
official.
were you supposed to get paid?
For the level job, I think it was somewhere in the realm of 175 gold-ish.
Oh,
Give or take some.
Faye,
I was
that
just
job
gonna
I
rifle
hired you
through her
for a long
pocket.
time ago to go get that information about your parents. Here's the payment for that. I'm gonna slide 5 gold across the table.
Thank you.
I think you
Thank
did great. There's a little bit extra from what there was previous, but job well done, as always.
Thanks. Yeah.
Well
See,
played.
money has been
Yeah, that's it.
exchanged.
There you
The
go.
Cloves is still trying to find gold that doesn't exist.
Regardless, your personal
So you just use gold for anything.
your personal
Yeah.
motivation
Okay.
is far outweighed by the what is believed to be necessity of either protection of individuals or of the general populace.
I mean, one of them sounded like a piece of shit, but
Oh,
The
I mean,
but
both
okay.
of them were
Them
pieces
sounded
of
like
shit.
pieces
Let's
of
be
shit.
fair. Like, they were
Who
both
is
doing
the
some
one
pretty
doing
bad stuff. But
this research on saying who is dangerous and who is not? And how do we know that their motivations are pure just because they have the backing of a name? Like the Scarlet Sword.
Well, Faye, I think you're very dangerous, but in a very,
swords do their own research.
In a what?
in a very
cut
good
off.
way.
Oh, thank you.
We've got connections everywhere. We keep eyes and ears out, make sure that things stay civil, as is our job. And when things start to turn, we do what we can to mitigate the damage in whatever way is deemed necessary.
I mean, that makes sense.
If the way that was necessary was against your own moral value, would you do it?
My moral value doesn't really have a say in the matter.
But you do.
So money outweighs your morality.
After a while, when you get the life and hope beaten out of your soul, morality starts taking a bit of a backseat to the action. You just start doing.
Seems sad.
I don't disagree with what you do. I think what you do is noble. I enjoy playing devil's advocate because I want to test people's convictions. So, that being said, I thank you. They're wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. But what I will say is this. People like you are required for people like me to exist. You know, protection and farming, people that grow food, all that stuff is necessary for life. But what I do, the music that I write, the songs that I sing, you know, the stories that I tell are why people want to sustain life. Love, romance, all of those things. That's what makes life worth living. Morality, even, you know, having a code of something, you know? There comes a time where that's gone away.
What do you believe in, Edwin?
I believe in reality. The information that's presented before me, I then process with others around me. We come to conclusions based on that information, and then we choose whether or not to act on it, as is procedure. I believe in information.
So you don't believe in something that you don't see?
In what respect?
Don't know. I believe in what I believe, even though I don't see it every day. But I have faith in it. And that's just what has led me down the path that I am on. And what I will continue to go down.
I learned, rather quick, that having faith in something like that is a risky ploy. Because should it fail, then you have faith in nothing else. So I guess, with respect to that question, I have faith in myself. Because I am who I rely on the most.
So we have people like you and me who protect something. We have people like Faye that give people a reason to live. And we have people like Brightwing who have that reason to live because of something else. And Yasnib is here to stir the pot.
I do enjoy a nice brew of stew. I also like making people pretty.
Oh? Really?
What do you mean?
And one day
Do
I
you
hope
have a
to,
secret hobby?
I mean, I've been reading this book for a while.
Your garment book, yes?
Garment book.
Garment book. A
I
gem
thought
book.
that's what- Your gem book! Oh, I am sorry.
It was kind of sparked by the badassery that is that Kruthic tooth in your ear.
You're going to make jewelry?
Hopefully.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If we ever go home, you need to go see the people that do, well, is piercings? Is that how you say it in your tongue?
Yes.
You mean like the...
And I'm in.
Yes. They make the most beautiful pieces. They are very, very talented in what they do. And they all mean something. It's very... like these... She points to the ones that are in her ear. I had to commit to them.
I think that's the tie that I look for. I've been gathering claws, teeth, fangs.
That is what you... Oh!
I want to make something special. Something that has
Then we need... You need to... That's very...
a
She
memory
gets just so
attached.
excited.
And who knows, maybe one day in the future I have a shop, and people bring in things that are special and I turn them into something that they can keep with them as keepsakes forever.
Well, I will use my money to buy it.
You and I are not so different, Yasnip.
Mm. A different type of beauty.
Well, you asked the question, so I
Mm.
turn it back on you. Who are you?
I'm a traveler.
That is so fucking vague.
It's what I do. I look for
Remember-
experiences. I look for the next new thing, the thing that's fun.
Where have you traveled to then, traveler?
Quite far, really. Around most of Kathos. Started not far. Rooted from Ilmara. Stalos.
You've been to
Justine.
Vesalius.
A number of them.
Hmm.
Getting to the smaller towns is always fun. They always seem to have exquisite foods, experiences, festivals. I'm drawn to those. Things that
Yes,
make
it
people feel
invited me
nice.
to the one in Trevor when we met.
Met her in Tristane. I was there for a while. Worked cutting foliage among the treetops. She caught me feeding the birds.
Well, the birds led me to you, actually. I will say I have not seen them very much lately.
Sure, they're around.
They are. I just don't really need them right now.
I guess in terms of more deeper meanings, I had one that I was very close to, almost like a mother. Her name was Delana. She was someone I feel Eowyn might like. But I won't call you Dad. She's a firecracker. She taught me patience. She taught me to look at things in a different way.
Is she still around?
I hope so. I don't know where she is.
I hope to meet her one day.
That'd be nice.
Is it... Who am I now?
Hmm.
That's what we are doing.
I mean, we've learned a lot about you, but
Nothing about Yasnip.
I don't want to take you out of the conversation. If you have more you want to share, because we've gotten bits and pieces before.
Well, my mother is muted. I don't have it. I thought I did. What is
Kenai.
it? Kenai?
Mm-hmm.
And my father is Swiftfang?
Mm-hmm.
They are. Grew very passionately. Very young. So I am. I guess I don't know if I should say it involves their true names. But started with a joke among them. They are very respected in our community. My mother is a very gifted tracker, spy, so to speak, your town. And my father is a very gifted warrior. So when they were expecting, it was a most anticipated event on what two great members of the clan bring forth. Do you... I don't know how to properly say this. Nature. You know, there is phenomenon sometimes that you can't explain. Right?
Yeah.
We see it as a omen, foreshadowing or prophecy sometimes. I was told when my mother went into labor with me, there was a terrible storm, one of great power. Much destruction was brought from it. But when I was born, they said the storm cleared. They took that as an omen from the wilds of a great power, so to speak. So I had a lot of expectation growing up to be as powerful as my parents. Strength is very needed in our community. Knowledgeable, intelligent. In order to Our community you may think is sheltered, but it is not. We are sworn to protect, and that is with our lives. And if the way of the wilds is threatened, you need strength. So when my Wicana came, I'm afraid a lot of people were disappointed by what I got. So was I, if I am honest. So now I realize it means more than what is it. But I had a talent in healing before. We are given our clans after our Wicana, and as much as I wanted to go with my father to the warriors or my mother, I chose the Makai, the healers, the teachers. But soon I realized that the teaching I had been given was not going to answer the questions that I had. So I asked permission to leave to find it, which, to be honest, we don't really leave very much. I did. Just try and find the strength that I always wanted, I suppose, but she kind of looks at her arms. Still haven't really found it.
I think it's a different kind of strength for you.
Yes, but I'm afraid my people don't see it as such.
Well, they're wrong.
Well, I ask that you don't judge them so harshly. I am the difference. I am the anomaly from centuries of how things have been, from what I have read in our records. When something is different, it needs time to be accepted. I just knew I wasn't going to get it there, being who I was. I hope to be one day, though.
I think those that avoid or fear change are ones that don't have much more really to live for. Life is change. There's the same boring thing every day. You'd never get anything done.
When you say the word boring, Brightwing thinks immediately back to a moment that she had with the wilds that told her that the same thing over is boring. That changes freedom in a way. Forget the lines, but basically what you said was what they said in a different way. I am starting to understand myself, and I cannot ask people to accept me if I do not. But you are all helping with that.
Birds of a feather.
Okay.
I think you're missing the second half, which is they flock together. So it's when you find like-minded people or people that can get along and you make a flock.
I see.
That's really loud.
How sudden. Yeah, I was like, Faye, what the heck?
Dragon, you're muted.
Jeez, Faye.
Yeah, it was me. Hi,
Yeah.
I'm the problem.
The music got a mind of its own and changed itself.
Use it.
Continue.
Lose control.
It was very poetic. I thought you needed background noise, like
Could definitely liven the place up.
to
Yeah,
compliment. We can liven it up.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Is there people still around?
Yeah, it's a little bit less than it was before. Maybe like
We've
half
been
a
there for
dozen now.
while. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a few people.
So we won't like disturb a ton of people.
No, and they all seem to be chilling basically. Like they don't seem super serious. They don't seem like they're not hammering back drinks. They just seem to be like peacefully unwinding.
Miss Rosewood, are you hesitating?
No,
Oh,
I'm trying.
you didn't have the proper introduction.
I don't have anything.
May I
to
have your
Brian.
attention, please? For your enjoyment
Everybody
of this
look.
evening, I'd
Brian,
like to
please.
introduce you all to the first fully fledged performance,
Brian.
non-improvised, with 30 minutes no less of cold-hearted, soul-touching content.
It's all touchy.
Present to you, Rhythmics by Miss Rosewood.
Yay!
There's like one person that claps, but everyone is looking curiously.
Pull out the flute, so I don't need to say anything.
Smart.
Yeah. And I will play like something very upbeat and fun and like jovial.
Okay.
I'm gonna start moving
Um,
around, getting people up out of their seats,
Yeah,
dancing
yeah,
in
yeah.
circles.
Okay, roll a.
I will go up to the
roll-
grumpiest motherfucker in this place and I will play right at him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll
So, Edwin.
both of you. Oh yeah, yes.
Let's go.
True.
Let's go.
Roll a. I'm gonna say a general charisma check, and each of you can roll it, or one of you can roll it with advantage.
I mean, I gotta give advantage.
23.
23. Okay. The oldest, grumpiest looking guy, who is a Reygrove halfling, completely bald, with like spotted skin and at least half a dozen missing teeth, initially is like giving you a pretty hefty squint eye, and when you come over and play for a little bit, it looks like he's trying to resist, and then it slowly catches on with him until like he's tapping his foot, and then
I'll
he starts
stamp
banging
along
his
and like
Yep.
yeah.
He starts banging his tankard, and then I would say that probably like 2 or 3 of the people start tapping along as well, and then one couple, so 4 people, person 4 and 5, who are this also old, probably like in their 50s halflings, get up and just start dancing together over inside. Out of the way.
Yeah.
And is it all halflings in here right now?
Besides
We're
the
We're
Genasi,
Gandalf in the Hobbit Village.
Oh, that's
Nice.
fine.
Nice.
That's perfect. I
Let's
am
go.
going to come in and just like slide on the knees up to one of the other people and just start dancing with them on the knees.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
okay. Yep. It
Yeah.
seems to be a. It catches on with almost the entire place, and
The vibe that I'm
Becomes-
thinking is like, what do you do with the drunken sailor?
Yeah.
Like that's the vibe. Yeah. Prestidigitation, going to like add some like bass.
Yeah. Okay.
Eclipse, are you sort of chilling still at the table?
Yeah, I'm having a great time. Yeah. I am not
think
getting up
you,
at all.
You'd probably hear kind of Edwin mutter under his breath. That's what we're fighting for.
Just kind of raise the glass, clink it with this.
Mm.
Just vibe.
I think Brightwing has taken a taker herself, even though she's like this with a giant taker.
Oh, God.
That's what we're fighting for.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
I mean, I have. Brightwing, how musical are you? As she's holding the
One
tankard.
second. Let me check. D&D Beyond says.
I reach into my bag and I pull out a horn and I just slide it across the table to her.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, is it
Try
like a
it.
buzz though, or like a
Do
blow?
you have any musical proficiencies?
Me? No.
Anybody?
God, no.
Me?
Um,
No.
I mean, technically I'm proficient in whatever the hell this is, but I think it's just like a standard blowhorn. It's not like a,
Yeah.
just nothing too
Do-
fancy. It's just,
Diddle-doo, diddle-doo.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I want. Just, here you go.
Let me just try it.
Are you really sure this is a good idea? I mean, it
Yeah.
feels like
She just You don't have to do much. It's not very big. It's like a little. It's probably more like a French horn, kind of a small thing, but not as intricate as a French horn. But in terms of like size, it's kind of small.
Like,
I was about to
Oh, is it
ask,
like
are you
a
giving her
yeah.
a kazoo?
Like a bugle?
Oh my god, if I could, bro. But yeah, there's not like notches on it or it's just a very basic. It would be like if you were out on a battlefield, you could blow it and it would be loud enough. So you can control how loud it is, but like that's the
Okay.
intention.
Alright,
Just very simple.
I'll blow it.
She
Roll
doesn't
a
want to do it, but she
performance
wants to
check.
watch.
Gonna sound like an elephant or something.
And I want it.
Let's
Let's go.
At 11.
Hey,
11.
let's go.
Okay. Very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much not in rhythm with the rest of the music, but it doesn't sound terrible. There's this, and everybody's like, okay, sure.
Is this for music? Or is it more
Oh, not
for-
normally. No, I just want to see what happens.
Oh, this is the joke. This is practical joke, yes?
Yep.
Ah,
Yep.
it's a very good one. Do it again.
You do it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I watch her? Can I anticipate this?
I was just gonna say,
And,
so
like,
Faye, if you
chime
want
it
to
in?
change up, yeah, you can change up your music a little bit to maybe match along a little bit better.
Like more
I'm,
jazz?
I'm gonna minor illusion with it to do some harmonies.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. What spells do I have? No, I don't have anything. Oh, I have thaumaturgy.
Oh, there it is.
Boys, that'll make it louder.
Oh my god.
When
Or
in
you
doubt,
can
play
close the
louder.
doors. Open all the windows.
Mm.
In here. That's great.
I'll make all the candlelight change colors.
Yes.
Yes!
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 You do. There are a few candles in here. Most of the externals are lit by the.
But it's
those-
done when I blow the horn. So every time I
Uh-huh.
blow the horn,
Oh,
the
yeah.
colors
Hell yeah.
Okay,
Let's go.
people start to get much more excited about it then, and like will
Sweet.
come up to you and ask for different
We-
colors.
We are the rave now.
Yep.
We make our own.
Ravegrove is realized.
Ravegrove. Let's go.
Yes.
This is everything I ever wanted.
Yes.
Oh man. Perfect.
Beauty.
race.
In fact, I would probably say that a few stragglers end up poking their heads in,
Yes!
hearing all
See
the
what the heck's
music
going
and
on.
the horns. Yeah, see what the heck's going on.
Oh yeah.
And multiple of them will peek in and be like, "What the fuck?" and just immediately bounce. But you get a few more that actually come in and like vibe for a little bit.
I will say though that
We're the
Brightwing gets
British
winded
fans.
very fast on the horn. 'cause
Yeah. And once she looks done, she just kind of takes it back. Put it back in the bag, like nothing happened.
But I'll still make the rave go.
Yeah.
Face still
Yep.
going.
Yep.
Mm,
Oh my god. Incredible.
Well,
Amazing.
I'd
This
slow
has
down at some
been
point and pull
a
out the loot and just kind of pick at it.
Okay.
fantastic experience. I'm gonna turn in.
Yeah. I think it's not a bad idea. We gotta get back to business tomorrow.
It would be pretty late at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually
11:41.
Oh, we partied so long.
Bruh, we're so good at this.
I'll just sit on the edge of the table and kind of pick at the loot. And sing an old favorite that one of my mentors taught me. That is like, hold me close and hold me fast.
Mm.
Yes.
Spell you cast will be lovey on rose. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Dope.
Like let the evening taper off a little bit.
Yep.
I'll slow down with whoever's still there.
Nice.
Okay.
The bartender.
Aiden is
Aw.
fucking gone by now.
The
The bartender and
initially grumpy old man with the spotted skin and the
Yes.
missing teeth.
Oh.
Almost everybody else is gone at this point.
Yeah,
he is
yeah.
still there, and every time that
Yes.
something new comes
Mhm.
around, he's like wants to be involved, so he immediately comes and tries to dance with you.
Hell yeah.
Aw.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Perfect.
Hmm.
Okay. Night winds down. Anybody else
Um,
want to do anything else before bed?
I have two things, unless anyone
Okay.
else has anything. Before, as Aiden was walking up the stairs, leaving, I'm gonna run after him for a bit, not like fully catch you, and just say, I know we don't see eye to thing, but as long as we are traveling together, I hope you know that I will always heal you. I will always try to keep you safe.
Oh no. And he continues on.
And after the night has wound down and most people are asleep, I'm gonna knock on Yasnip's door.
Okay.
Answer him.
I don't mean to wake you, but do you have a moment?
Whoops.
And I'll, like, I guess, either offer you to my room or wherever.
Please, by all means.
She starts to pace a bit. I know you had a lot of weight on your shoulders during that fight, particularly for the safety of your brother. And I'm sorry I wasn't there to offer you the same comfort. I was a bit busy with my own wrapping up the brain, as you say. But I feel I had neglected.
You were there. Each of you were. In different ways.
Well, I could say the same for you. And just to tinkle the locket of the seed over and over. Araya. That is the name I was born with. You have told me your name and much about the secrets that you hold for the protection of your family. And I feel this is long overdue, but I need you to understand that our names have a lot of weight tied to them. And I tell you this because I'm starting to understand. Well, when we are born, the names we are given is the prospects that our parents wish to pass on to us. Araya means faith and friend. And with everyone, but particularly you, I'm starting to understand why the weight of the name.
It's a very pretty name.
Thank you.
We're not so different.
No. I haven't said it in a very long time.
Well,
The Brightwing is who I am as well.
I understand that more than many.
But if you were to use it, I ask that you the same with me, using your true name. It comes with a weight.
Brightwing and Yasnip will do. And I won't forget.
Okay. And I won't forget the trust that you've put in me with your secret.
If you pay for my business, I'll stick to my promise. You will fly one day.
I don't know if that is a promise you could make. I appreciate it all the same.
I think you underestimate my prowess.
I don't know if I underestimate your prowess more than what fate holds.
Have faith.
That is something I always have. Particularly in you now.
And are you?
Well, I'll let you get back to your rest.
Give her a hug.
I'll go to bed.
Bang.
I'm gonna cast Sending.
Okay. 2.
Rave.
Okay. Ooh, 1 sec.
Okay.
Okay.
Rafe! I'm drunk and you're not here. I miss you. Why is life so complicated? Why are men so complicated?
Oh!
I love you, brother. Be well.
Okay. Maybe 5-10 seconds go by. Faye! I'm drunk too. This works out well. Don't really know how I'm hearing you, in fact. And I don't have any answers for your questions, as you well know. But good luck. And I love you too. Oi! No, give me that!
Best in PC. I want to meet him right now.
Oh, he is delightful.
Okay. Anybody else? Anything else?
I think as the night draws to a close, I'm going to attempt to reach out again.
Okay. Where, how, what?
In my room. with respect to the establishment, I will not be implanting my sword into the floor. But the sword will be out. And I will just sort of just try and reach out, see what I can find.
Okay. Roll a charisma check.
Six.
6.
Where did that go? Oh, that's right. It's fine.
You sit either on the edge of the bed or on a stool or something, whatever you want to do, for a while with your sword kind of across your lap. Candlelight from on the bedside stand, kind of giving a soft orange glow to the room. And alternate between staring into the blade, staring into the flame, staring out the window into bits and pieces of that creature created light in those basket cages around Reygrove throughout the trees. You get silence. It's not... You don't get a sense of loneliness or rejection, but there's not a sense of warmth either. It's just quiet. And for a little while, you just hold the edge of the hilt up, watch the candlelight dance across the blade. Think, but nothing else.
Okay. Eventually just drift off to sleep then.
Okay. Everybody else is good. Next morning comes. Do you guys want to go meet Solomon? Okay. You guys head over to the Underbranch Company headquarters. When you get there, you see Solomon and Sister Kaya, who had been tasked and you had talked with about studying the Blightling, or the Dark Crawler, as they are calling it. I trust your night was colorful.
Quieter, please. Yeah.
Yeah, figured as much.
Really? Wow. All right then.
Are people suffering from hangovers?
Yes.
I don't know how much you know about them, but it certainly seems like some people in your party are uncomfortable.
Right wing.
Can I-
Right wing. No. Let them face the consequences of their actions.
I am the consequences of my own actions. Everything that I am is the consequences of my own actions.
I could help if
It's
you would
very
like.
true.
Nope. Just let them. They've got to go through this one way or another. Just let them suffer it.
Pain
They'll
lets you
learn
know
one
you're
day.
alive.
So,
Did you all drink too much? Sister Kaya steps up.
Not enough.
Yeah, one or the other.
Because now I feel it.
Had a
If you
little-
do need something to help, we
No,
have
no,
some...
no, no, no. Again. They'll learn.
No, we
Fair
won't.
enough.
Celebration was a little overdue.
We are eager to
We will
hear
not.
what happened, if you are able to share.
I gesture to Adrian, because he's better at these kind of reports.
All right. So, And I explained the whole thing from start.
Yeah. There it is.
Yep.
There it is.
Let me tell you.
Because quite frankly, fuck that
Yep,
shit.
Yep.
Exposition.
Yep.
I cast exposition.
Ritual of
Is
shared
there-
information.
Is there
Yes.
anything that anybody does want to keep out of it, or do you pretty much just lay out all the details from leaving to coming back?
We would have discussed this beforehand,
Yes,
and
I
we
assume
would
so.
perhaps would have asked Ari what they were comfortable with,
Yeah, so I think
whether
we
or not
leave
they were
out
comfortable.
Ari unless told it is okay to say where they were at.
Mhm.
So we can probably relay with Nico after the fact just to be sure.
Well, at the
but-
very least, you do know that Ari wanted you to tell the story to the Argent Crest.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So we
they
would
don't.
honor
They
that by
certainly don't
not
want it to
telling
be a
them.
secret or anything. But,
Yeah.
So, that's
So
Okay,
we'll-
so it's not a secret, but I guess my concern would be his.
We'll mention we have help,
location.
Mhm.
but yeah, we won't
We won't say where
specify
his
who.
house
Just
is.
that we that we
yeah,
had
it's
help.
It's also worth noting that from what I already told you, they may or may not be back there at some point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if you want to send someone from here to there, it's probably useful to let them know who
Yep.
you trust.
Yeah.
and who you don't.
Again,
Yeah.
we had help. We just won't say exactly from what point where they live.
Okay.
Just that they're
Sure.
also helping monitor the situation.
For privacy's
Okay.
sake, yeah.
Yep. All right. By the time it finishes, throughout most of it, Sister Kaya is exclaiming and interested in asking questions, and Solomon's kind of just like,
We don't mention the bottle of ash.
okay, okay, fair enough.
You had to remind me.
Mhm.
Okay.
We killed 30 people, just so you know.
Not confirmed. I'm coming around. Not
Allegedly.
confirmed.
When
Yeah,
when you
allegedly.
finally get to the end, well, that sounds. I don't want to say everything's solved, but that sounds incredible.
Terrifying.
Do you believe this does put an end to everything?
No,
Something
not
bigger.
everything. There's still some bigger pieces at play. I'm sure we'll kind of dig them up as we continue to travel south. In the meantime, though, within this general area, things seem like they should ease up a bit.
Is there anything we should be watching out for if you think it's still a threat?
I don't think we ever fully addressed the undead pot.
It would be valid to assume it's likely the same source. Can't say for certain, but it's likely. Regardless,
Cool.
keep an eye on the undead situation in the event that things get a bit out of hand.
We will be one way or the other, but that's good to know. And for what it's worth, I don't know how related, but Kaya did find some stuff. Right. So it would seem that the creature that you brought back, it is related to a skulk. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that. But it is age when you would absolutely
Hey,
be
boss.
familiar with a skulk.
Perfect.
What I've read about a skulk?
Roll a history check. Yeah, you
Do
can
I-
roll one too, Eclipse.
Do I know?
What am I rolling? Nature?
These guys.
History.
Bright Ring, you can roll I will have you roll a nature check with disadvantage.
Okay.
17.
What was the stat?
Disadvantage.
History.
You could actually make it history or nature if you wanted to. I thought they're probably the same.
This is a 22.
22. Okay.
I guess that would make sense though, because she kind of had to find out what the hell she was out there looking for.
Ah.
So that tracks.
Nature.
It-
I rolled a 10, so 18.
Wow.
Wow. Good gracious. Okay. Faye.
I had a 17.
Okay. All right. So everybody but Yasnip, unless you want to roll
No,
Yasnip,
I'm choosing to not roll. I don't think I would know anything
Okay.
about this.
would have heard of these creatures. not necessarily, certainly would not have encountered one, and more of a, like, the way that you've heard of boogeymen type creatures, although obviously in the world of D&D, a lot more of those things are actually real, but just, like, there may be stories that are told to kids largely. And the one thing that I would say, Faye, you roll a 17?
Mhm.
Eclipse and Aedwin, I don't think Faye would know this part of it. You would know it as a creepy, invisible, stocky creature. But Aedwin and Eclipse, you would know that a part of its nature is that its invisibility can be seen through by young children, pre-adolescent. And Sister Kaya continues. It is not exactly a skulk, but it seemed to be made from something similar, and it was twisted by... It seems to be by some kind of dark magic. I can't be sure, but it is its own creature in the end, and not one that we have record of. The Seed Keepers, or the Underbranch, or anybody else. If it, we believe that its strange invisibility can be seen through in the way that the skulks can, which is why perhaps the children were connected, or stories were coming from them, and not the older. Of course, the one thing that stands out quite a bit compared to those creatures is the wake of the blight that it leaves. As far as we can tell, it emanates a radius, perhaps around 5 feet. It is very, very muted by the thing that you put on its head, and also by the hot hearth tree. So it has not done much harm where it is now, and it is difficult to know how strong it would be otherwise, but we don't know how it got that power or how it uses it, just that it is constant. As beyond that, we don't know much else. Obviously, it is a little bit difficult with it being underneath, but I don't want to take that thing off. None of us do, and we don't know how to reuse it if we do, so...
Rita had a thing, right?
Oh, yeah, her little
Maybe a
eyepiece.
way to use it? Do you think you could learn more if it was awake?
I do believe we probably could, yes. Assuming we can keep it, and it doesn't have any other strange abilities to escape that we don't know about, it would be dangerous.
They're corporeal, right? They can just turn invisible.
As far as we know.
That's, I think, part of the problem.
Fear.
Fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Indeed.
not going to be observable if it's awake because it's going to turn invisible. So
You have
it being
children
awake.
now.
Do you have any reliable children?
Children
Do you have
in
any
this
children that
way?
just so happen to be extremely adept at analyzing creatures?
Yeah, you're right.
Well, what we could do, is take the information we have and go back to Alea.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be for the best. We could
There is
kind of relay
more wisdom there to be had.
Well, that's where I learned about the skulks to begin with. So if we can take it back, not the whole creature, obviously, I don't know if we'll necessarily need to, but if you don't need it anymore, we could take it with us. Or I can leave it here and send someone.
That is a whole task
Yeah, it's
Like,
gonna be a while.
to transport
We have
one of these.
2 of those circlets now. We could leave one here in case they want to do additional tests. If they found a way to observe it.
Oh yeah, is one of them active still?
Both
The
are.
one hadn't been used.
Both are. Okay.
You'll,
I mean, that-
that's right.
Could work.
Or no, I'm sorry. No.
One
One
of them
is
is
active.
inactive.
One is inactive,
Yeah.
one is active. Because the one that
Yeah.
I have is the one I got back from them. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
We have the active one. Whether we want to leave it here or if we want to take it somewhere else.
I think
I-
that might be a good idea.
I also
But-
think that Eclipse's people may want to study it. I don't know. I just perhaps we could take the inactive one and see if they could reactivate it.
Yeah, I think the circlet's going back. They might be able to do something with that.
I can
I-
also.
I thought we had
On-
just.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
We had determined that this wasn't magical, right? After it was used?
That was
The
it.
circlet.
The circlet no longer had magical capabilities, I believe.
It seemed to
Something
be
was-
inert.
Okay.
Whether it could be reactivated, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can also bring it back to the swords, and we can attempt to trace its origin, figure out where it came from, who manufactured it, and then from there, possibly determine where they were distributed.
It's not a bad idea either.
That could be done with the inactive one.
Correct.
Yeah.
So do we leave the active one here with the Seed Keepers, the Underbranch? Or do we take it to Leah?
I think we could leave the active one if you wanted to take it off and study it, if you think it's safe.
Well, we
but-
could take it, and if we find another Blightly along the way, use it and bring it to Leia. That's closer than transporting.
I think
it
at this
somewhere.
point, if these things are here, I want to kill on not sight.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It would be a lot better to.
We could hire a child to travel with us.
We're not hiring
Let's
a child to travel
not
with us.
do that at all. Actually, yeah. No.
It
We're not doing that.
it would be difficult to observe it, but we do have children, seed keeper children, who could likely help us, and
Could
I
be a
believe it
training
could be
purpose.
of use if we had the opportunity to try it that way.
Yeah, I mean, if
We are
I-
comfortable with that.
I think you all are capable enough to take it down if it does try to get away. So I think,
We would be on hand.
yeah. So yeah, I think leaving the circlet with them would be a good idea in case they take that one off, study it, and need to put it back to sleep for their own safety.
Edwin?
I mean, I'm not exactly a fan of getting it back
Waking it
awake,
up.
but if it is believed the best path forward to gain more information, so long as people are prepared properly and are aware of what this thing is capable of at a very fundamental level, probably okay. Getting the chillins close, let's be a bit careful with that.
Chillins. Little chillins. Yeah, again, you all know your community much better than we do, so I trust you know what you're doing.
What about you
We
two?
would be careful with it.
Right Wing, Faye?
I'm sorry.
I have no affiliations that would have any interest in this. I'm along for the ride.
Do you think we're comfortable leaving it here?
Oh,
Just want to make sure we're all on the same page with this one.
I will defer to the group. This sort of technology is way beyond what I know, so I will take your advice over.
I see benefits to both. I
Yes.
see benefits to. I think Adrian's folk might have the most. It might be the most beneficial to give them the inert one because they could track it just from the make of it, as opposed to the magic. Whereas, then I think Eclipse's folk could track and have better understanding from the magic of it. That being said, I want to make sure the people of Reygrove are safe.
Yes.
But I mean, these things are pretty squishy. So, I mean, worst case scenario, absolute worst case scenario, they take the thing off. Once they've studied what they need to study, they put it out of its misery.
And you should be warned that when it's dead, it does not leave body, it leaves sludge.
We experienced the same on the first attack, so...
Do you
Yeah.
think you've learned all that you can from it being asleep?
He looks over at Sister Kaya. I don't know what else could be gained, no.
So maybe we take the active one to Leah.
I think that might be beneficial because the
Okay.
type of magic and it could be a loaded spell, it could be a lot of things, it could be... they're obviously a single charge.
Yeah. Do you have any of what you've learned written down that I could copy and take with me, since I can't take the actual creature with me?
I do. I could provide it all to you, yes.
Okay. So yeah, whenever we get the chance, I will spend my time copying it over word for word as much as
Okay.
possible, no matter how long it takes.
It doesn't take too long. There's maybe a page or so.
Okay.
I will take the inert circlet, give it to Eowyn. I'm going to take the active one and give it to Eclipse.
Okay. Mark those down.
I am removing them from my inventory.
So,
Get out of here!
Are you planning to pursue whatever you think is left with this thread?
It seems there are children currently in the thread.
Others that were taken?
Yeah.
We
others that were targeted,
We
others
also-
that were taken.
think we may have a lead. Traveler with a soul forged on a wagon.
Yes, do you know this symbol? And she will take out the shifter paper and then point to the corner where the symbol is.
No, I don't. Do you think the Seakeepers? Doesn't look like anything we would be familiar with. I will... And she sketches it down briefly. with an
Anybody
ask.
who carries that symbol is not to be trusted.
We got
Understood.
information about the abducted, and that symbol was on each page. And the one that we had seen, Right Wing, you had said it was upon the soul forged chest, is that right?
No, it was upon the man.
Man.
He was wearing an amulet that had it. It caught my eye because it was the only thing on him that had a... I don't want to say nicer things, but it was different.
Alright. I guess there might be a good amount of thread left then.
I think from here we have a few people we have to speak with. We have a few other party members that we have to recover, and a few additional things that we had sent off in deliveries we have to check on. But if we find anything that links to the 3 that are still missing, I believe it's 3.
Yeah, technically.
And
Keep
I'll...
eyes
Yeah,
open.
no, it's 3.
I don't know who has the other ones, but can we show what they look like so they know to keep an eye out
Yeah,
for
Okay.
these 3 kids?
yeah.
Sure.
That was definitely the intention I had.
Okay.
Which is the Ardkel and the 2 twin. I believe that's right. So it was Ardkel, the 2 twins,
Mhm.
the Shifter. There was
Shifter's not missing.
There was
but-
4 in Proward,
Yep.
Mhm.
which takes us to 8. But there was 10 total, right?
I believe there was 9. Please hold.
Ardkel,
4 in Proward, the
Shifter,
2 twins.
4 in Proward.
8. Yeah, 8 is right.
Okay, so we are aware that 3 are still unaccounted for.
Alright. Well, good luck and safe travels. I'm assuming you're gonna need both. Anything,
Keeper. Kai, you
Yeah.
said that the seat keepers might want to see me for this.
well, if you had time, they would likely like to talk to you for a while. It is a very rare thing for us. But that, if these matters are pressing, it is something perhaps you could return to discuss. It is just very curious how you came into possession of it, and
Oh,
there are many who would like to know.
guess it depends on the group.
Not to be selfish, I could stand staying in Reygrove for a few more hours at least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have a
I guess
conversation.
we're staying.
And we can leave out
Perfect.
Alright.
on midday. After all, it's
We'll bring you
only
to them. 9:17.
in the morning,
Oh, we
so
slept in.
we have a little bit of time.
Well, you were very hungover.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean we can send a message to where we're going, let them know we're okay, like I said. Get that out of the way, and Brightwing can take some time and do what she needs to do.
Yeah, I could contact Mayor Hartford.
Should
And
we meet
probably
where
Frida
the...
as well.
Yes.
Yeah, we
should
have to stop
meet
by Frida's.
where
Mhm.
Mr. Solomon said we should bury?
Let's do that.
We'll go when you
Yeah.
return.
Okay.
That's
Alright.
okay with you, Solomon.
Fine with me. I'm gonna want to get out and start ranging the wetlands and see what's still, excuse my language, but fucked up.
Hmm.
But I can stand to wait a few hours, no problem. All right, if you want to come with me then, Brightwing.
Okay.
Okay. She leads you through several swaths of forest and trees to a kind of sprawling, what looks like miniature village. It's like a collection of homes built into a large patch of shorter squatter trees and interconnected by those tunnels and rope bridges that you saw throughout most of Reygrove. And there's kind of a large meeting tent-esque center point of the village that's built in and around a much larger one of these trees, like 30 or 40 feet in diameter. And she leads you into one of those, and eventually to a white-haired Reygrove halfling woman. Very, very old. Seems to be... Oh, you had maybe met her actually earlier, I think. No, who met her on the steps? Someone met her on the... Okay, Adrian met her on the steps, so you have not met her.
Okay.
Very wrinkly, bent beyond belief, like you don't even know how old she possibly could be, but very old. A dress of like vines and grasses, and has a staff with a white owl that's perched on this gnarled tip of it.
Cool.
And you see her eyes are clouded white. Elder Gelda, this is the... I know who this is. And she steps up out of the seat she's in and kind of waddles over to you. Might I ask you how you came to possess that seed that you have?
Well, I was dreaming, and it felt so real. I thought I was awake, and I was led to your hearthgrove tree. And when I was there, the wild spoke to me. Told me that they would aid me if I completed destroying the rot that was taking over.
The wilds that you speak of, what does that mean to you?
It means everything. It's life, it's death, it's balance, it's the world around us and nature itself. The peacefulness and the chaos all at once.
And do you commune with it?
On occasions. Most of the times it's just feeling. But that instance it was a conversation, which I will say is very rare. I have not had the pleasure very often.
Well, very rare is a good way to describe what you have found, or what was given to you, to be more accurate, I believe.
Well, when I woke up from the dream, it was in my hand.
It is a great blessing. I don't know why or how you received it, but it means something great. It is not given often, and never before to an outsider. And she kind of steps up to you, if it is okay with you, and reaches out with her hand towards your face.
It is alright.
Touches your face, feels it. Feels around the feathers. And then you hear her kind of mutter a little bit under her breath, quietly, almost as if to herself, or maybe it sounds like a bit of a prayer in a language you don't understand. Sounds like maybe a native language. You are curious. I have seen, well, seen may not be the right word. I have known many over my many years, and you are not like many. Everybody is unique in their own way, perhaps, but there is something special in you, obviously, or you would not have been given this gift. I just hope, well, I know that you will use it well. If you have to use it. Hopefully you don't, and if you don't, I hope you will come back. Perhaps we can get to know each other better.
I would like that, but I promise I will try to use it well. I don't know if I am worthy of such a gift.
Well, I am a good judge of character, but I don't need to make a call. If the hard hearth tree gifted you with this seed, you are worthy. It does not make mistakes.
I will try to be worthy of it then.
You are. You just need to find how. Thank you for coming here. It is something I will meditate on more. And I hope to talk to you again.
If we are ever back, I would very much like that. Perhaps over tea.
I do like tea.
Well, I will share with you the Khaing recipe, and I'll give her one of my own little bags for her to have.
She sniffs it. I look forward to it. Go and be safe.
May the wilds protect you.
You go from the owl of her staff.
I'll give it a small pet before I walk
Okay.
back to go find the others.
Sister Kai takes you back, and then Captain Wongo Solomon leads you on about maybe a 30-45 minute walk to this what seems to be like a grove of shorter, darker trees, a good minute or good several 100 yards outside of, close to a mile really, maybe even more, outside of the main city. And it seems undisturbed and natural, but also like a decent resting place, perhaps. It's the best I can think of.
Shit, did we grab shovels?
I definitely would have grabbed one on the way.
Yes,
I
he
would not
would
have
have brought some
forgotten
Start digging.
from the
Yep.
okay.
Okay.
I'm on it.
And
I'll,
as they
I'll
start
join.
digging, Matt, because this takes an hour to cast,
Mm-hmm.
I will start to cast ceremony.
Ooh. Okay.
And I will do funeral rite.
Okay.
Now, this is for one corpse. There are several body parts and not a corpse. So I don't know how you want to dictate the use of this.
Okay. Let me pull up the spell right quick. Okay. Roll a wisdom check.
Ah, 15.
Okay. All right. Once the bodies, I assume you're digging one hole.
One hole, but like compartmentalized
Okay.
Yeah.
to
And
try to.
give everybody their own spot as
Yeah.
best you can. Yeah.
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah.
You finish, lay all the parts in,
Ah.
cover them up, or as you're covering up, Brightwing, your spell finishes, and I would say that you get a sense that the wilds has taken this magic and applied it to this place for a time.
Okay. So in that sense, as she's casting this funeral rite is the way of her people and how they do it. So she has controlled flame as like two just like little side fires as she sits in the middle and is casting this over the whole land of the whole big grave that we are making. And when she finishes it, after the hour of you guys finishing laying them to rest, she takes a seed and plants it, symbolizing this is new life that we be born from this death. And then I just whatever the wilds wants to do besides bless this land, I guess.
Okay.
Could I attempt to take the string off of the hunting bow?
Yeah. Like to pull it off as opposed to like cutting it.
Yeah, I don't want to cut it.
Sure. I'll say roll a strength check, and if you want to get help, you can.
Flips, if you... Shall we get this off?
Yeah. Sure.
'Cause I rolled a 3.
Or
Slash you in the
You go-
face. Put me.
wow, it's really bad. Just kidding. That's a natural one.
Oh my god.
Oh, for a
This is
total
just
of
is a strength check?
yeah.
Oh, it's 5.
Wow. Okay, it
Oh,
is
God.
a struggle for you two. This bow is
To be
huge.
fair, this was the Goliath's bow.
Yes,
it was
it
a
is
big bow.
Okay.
big
That
and it is
completely.
thick and it is like the
And
tension
we're
on this
trying
thing is
not
insane.
to cut it.
You
Oh.
do
Okay.
eventually get it
Okay,
off,
Thank you.
Okay.
but it is a
I was
struggle.
like, I really don't want to.
I was about to throw a dagger at this thing from a distance.
No,
Oh,
you get
man.
it off.
Okay.
I would take the string and I'd find some sort of like a stake that I could get to go into the ground above it all, and wrap around the stake to form kind of like an offset cross, and weave in a few of the wolf teeth that I had collected, and just kind of leave it as a place marker and tie it together real tight to show that there is something at rest here.
Okay. Okay. I would say that towards the end of that and Brightwing spell, there would be a soft but noticeable warm wind that just kind of blows through and has a scent of like fresh forest spring, which stands out in these wetlands because it doesn't mostly smell like that. And then it's gone. And all of you would notice that.
Brightwing's gonna get up from where she was casting the ritual and go up to the cross, little thing that he made, and just do druidcraft and just do some flowers along it, and probably growing some for new life. And she'll say, I don't know where you will find your rest, but know your torment is over.
Okay.
Should we tell Frida about where this is?
I wanted to give her the bow.
Okay.
I think that'll be enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Y'all gonna strike out from here.
Yeah. We might send some messages, either from Faye or Brightwing. So if you get anything sudden, magical, don't be too scared.
Understood. Thank you for what you've done here. Not just here, and he looks down, but kind of scans the wetlands. All of this. It was a good
And-
fight alongside you.
Thank you for your help getting us as far as you did. We would have been completely lost without you.
If you need it again, at least in these parts, I'll always be here. Good luck.
To you too.
May the wilds guide you.
And you, I suppose. And then he leaves. You guys have your heading. I assume you're heading back to Frida's to get the boats? Alright.
I was gonna say that I wanted to take a bath. I would
You definitely.
Okay.
in the
In
time that
Reygrove?
yeah, in the
Yeah,
time
yeah.
that the Brightwing thing,
Uh-huh.
because with prestidigitation I can heat 1 cubic feet of water, so I would do like a centimeter around my whole body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Walking hot tub.
It says a cubic feet. It doesn't say it has to be a cube.
Yep. All right. Fair enough.
So
Would it be weird to ask if you were going to share that information?
no, I just want to look up.
Okay. So eventually,
chill.
after
How's
maybe a
it lots of
period
math?
where Faye
You can get in,
disappears
it's fine.
briefly,
Like the civilization.
it'd just be cold for you. Or cool.
Yeah, I'll jump in, sure.
All right.
Before that
Bad.
And then,
Yeah,
and
like
then the
in
shoveling.
the interim.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baths are had by whoever wants them. Not the most high-end baths, for sure, but
They
a
exist.
cleaning of some kind.
And there's like algae in the bottom.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
Mm.
I
No.
feel this is an
Like-
important question. When people come
It is very
here, like
natural.
it was communal, right?
It's a communal bath.
The pool?
Was it?
Yeah.
Is it a pool or is it a bath? Like that? That's the distinction.
It's like
Important
it's like a small pool, like
okay. So people got like
like a
swim
natural
trunks and
like
stuff.
a hot spring kind of, but not hot.
Okay.
Ah.
Gotcha.
okay.
Gotcha.
Brian
gotcha.
wants to know if he
Are they
needs to
naked?
Yes, you see at
What are
least
the rules?
two
Hell yeah,
halflings
we're good.
Yeah.
We're
coming by
jumping in.
totally
yeah.
naked.
Yeah.
Alright.
There we go.
Alright,
we
alright.
have to
We're in
raise
it.
it now. We're PG-13. Gosh.
Yep.
No fucks.
Oh, we've said
Oh,
it
well.
plenty of times.
Yeah. I was like, we're already there. Who cares?
Yeah.
We
All
in
right.
it.
Just can't be within the first 30 seconds.
Somewhat cleaner and fresher,
Yeah.
you guys start making your way out of the wetlands eventually towards the end of the river where you entered and Frida's hut, and then after that we'll see, but we will pick that up in session 25,
Yay!
which is a quarter of a century,
Quarter of a century.
and close this one out. Good session.
Yeah.
So many
So
talks.
many words.
Mhm.
A lot of
We
words.
said so many words.
That's like I was so worried because I don't know what you guys are gonna do, and we're like, we got
Fucking
you.
nothing,
Yep.
Matt, is what we're gonna
Nothing.
do.
Nothing is what happened.
We're gonna open a bottle and have repercussions of our actions. We're gonna get
Yep.
drunk and have more repercussions.
We're
of
gonna
our
have
actions.
a rave.
We'll have a rave.
We said we were making this
Ravegrove.
Ravegrove, damn it.
We said Ravegrove.
Yes.
There's just like a tree, like
You
trunk
mean
with
a
like an inn in the bottom, and the lights are like flashing.
Yeah, I
and
can only.
we're
It's like
Yep.
the Keebler elf house.
Yeah.
Well, that is
Yes.
100% what was going on.
Yes.
If there's anything at all that you need to expect from this group, it's that we're going to do nothing for at least 2 sessions.
Yep,
Right.
yep.
Just a couple sessions of doing absolutely nonsense. And
That was a lot of stuff for nothing. That was a lot.
earned
that was a
this.
lot for nothing. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, you did earn this. Any favorite moments amongst all the talking that stand out for anybody? I assume just generally all of that was great. It was for me.
Yeah, it was great.
I had too many to mention.
Too many. I love the Fae. I love your
That
Fae.
was so good.
That was so
Oh.
good.
yeah. Rave! I'm drunk.
That is so
Help us.
mine.
So good.
It was so funny.
That's
I really liked everybody having the chance to say like their whole thing.
Mm.
Like
Like
being
most of
able to go around the table and just be like, what do you do? What's your thing? What do you like doing?
Why?
Yeah. It's good.
I don't know what
And
you're
everybody
talking
got stuff. It's good, good.
about. Yasnip's an open book.
Oh, yeah.
Are you? Are you?
That was fun too.
Oh!
Finally won another arm
Well, okay, so
Huh?
The whole arm wrestling also slash.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was good.
Mhm.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
reveal.
couple big reveals. Yeah. Technically, I don't know how the Brightwing and Yasnip moment I appreciate to a very, very deep level
Yeah.
that maybe not everybody does or can, because I know.
Yeah.
But that was
That was cool.
pretty awesome.
Yeah. I really like that.
Yeah. I was debating whether or not to do it because you did your thing with Eclipse. I was like, this might
No,
be too many
no,
reveals.
no,
this game.
yeah, hit it
I could
up.
wait.
We got content in Nothing Land right now, so we're good.
Excuse
Yeah.
me, you got my mother's name?
Yeah.
Don't lose that.
Almost
Yeah.
everyone got a mother's
I didn't write
name.
it down.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Because your mother's name. We
I'm
know
so
it now.
sorry. It's
Don't.
gone
We gotta
now.
move-
I will never find out again.
Mhm. I'm pretty sure Faye only said dad and mom though. I don't think she ever dropped
Yeah,
their name.
Faye didn't say names.
Yeah, she dropped 3
I not?
brothers. You did 3
Not
brothers.
outwardly. Yeah, you said your brother's
Yeah.
name.
So you
You
got
could say if you
Faye?
said your
Well,
parents' names.
you've
I
already
would've
said
said
like
them.
Said mom and
Okay,
dad.
then you can
owns-
share them.
yeah, you've said who owns X company. So
Mhm.
like
They're
I
kind
think
of also like public figures. Like it's
yeah,
one of the-
exactly.
Fair.
I think it's more insinuated. At
Well,
So you.
I don't
so
know
what were
how
your-
many people
brothers' names
know
again?
the owners of FedEx
Would I
necessarily.
know
So I
the
don't
owners
People
of
know the
FedEx?
last name for sure.
Technically, I feel
Right,
like you would.
because the last name is in the name of the
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm gonna look
But
up
it's
who
also
owns
like
FedEx.
kind of a weird, like separate but equal thing where it's like, yeah, I'm not like, I'm theirs, but they're not mine, kind of a thing,
Yeah.
or vice versa. You know,
Are you going to share their actual names?
Alistair and Sybil.
Sybil. And then your brothers
Hey.
were
Luke, Bronson, and Dane.
Luke,
And Rafe.
Bronson, and Rafe. So you have 4 older brothers that were like full grown.
Like,
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
the youngest one was like, I think Rafe is like,
What do you spell Rafe?
Rafe
It's-
is almost 20 years older than you, I believe.
Yeah.
Wow.
well, it was kind of weird timey-wimey stuff too, though, because he was like, they were older, but I was also like 8 when I came in.
Oh, that's true.
So
Yeah.
he's probably like 10 or 15 years older than me, being the youngest. The
Yeah.
older ones are well into their 40s,
Yeah.
It's
like the oldest
it's
ones.
R what?
And they're RAFE, it's short for Raphael.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Raphael.
That was the name that Mom went on.
I like him.
Yeah. Luke and Bronson are the ones that run Rymex. Dane's the one in the military who I had messaged previously. And then Rafe was. You don't know what Rafe does. Rafe doesn't know what Rafe
Has a
gets
good
drunk.
time apparently.
It fights
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was good.
Yep.
I like the whole thing, like all of it.
I like the
all
whole
way through.
thing. Just
Yeah,
the whole
same.
thing.
I think we
Yeah.
finally we deserved our
Mhm.
fucking table chat.
Yep. Table talk
Mhm.
session.
Fucking finally.
Yep.
And a rave on top of that.
Well, and I think
And Rafe.
it was appropriate because like we've had like we're traveling together for days and weeks at a time, so we've done the small talk. Like
Yeah.
we've done
Mhm.
all the bullshit and all that kind of stuff. Like that's what happens where it's like you get to know each other a little bit from that and like the way that we are, but
Yeah.
not the
Mhm.
what and
Mhm.
like the how and the why, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of it was fun.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Was yours?
Yes.
What was yours? Or was it the one
Oh.
that you shared?
Well, just generally speaking, being able to sit back and have you all RP for 3 hours and just mostly watch. But the arm wrestling definitely is up there. The Bright Wings name thing was pretty epic. The sending for me was actually probably one of my favorite things.
That was
The
so
rake
fun.
sending.
That was so fun.
Because as soon as you guys got these spells, I started putting a little bit of work into knowing what these people were like.
We
And
talked
so
about it.
yeah, so I'm somewhat afraid of when it comes up completely out of nowhere, but I'm also kind of looking forward to like getting to plot them down.
I loved
that was
how
fun.
my mentor sounded. I was like,
That was that was
cool.
perfect. Yeah.
well,
Oh yeah, who we need a name for?
We haven't named him. But
Yeah.
like, I wish you guys could know why it sounded so perfect, but you guys can't know that.
Were they a bird person too?
Can't tell you.
Other
Can't
bird
tell you.
person.
Sean,
All right.
did you have one?
Oh yeah, Sean.
Nothing in particular. I'm
enjoyed the
straight
whole
chilling.
thing.
Yeah, it was a
Mhm.
ride. I was along here for it.
Mm-hmm.
He enjoyed being the moody birdie.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. We will wrap up session 24. Pick up session 25 with a wide open future of who knows what in a week. See ya.
All these little possibilities.